Okay, hi there, how y'all doing? Hope this Wednesday's treating you all well. Sorry for the hour-ish delay. I've just, yesterday's been a lot. I think I just needed a bit more to kind of, rest up and be a bit more back to full energy. Because, yeah, I've basically, after stream, I've only had like 3 more hours of sleep. Then, like, at 4 in the morning, had to wake up, prep, had a 2-hour drive, did like almost a had to be active for like 5 hours. Am I saying that correctly? Math is not mathing right now. No, 7 hours. I'm mistaken. Almost 7 hours of just having to be socially active, I suppose, and full on that, which it's another added tiredness plus another 2-hour drive back and all that, and yeah, that's been a lot. Plus I wasn't like really able to rest initially once I got back home. Initially I did have like a quick maybe power nap or something like that, but then I was like back again up, not really fully not really able being to go back to immediately to sleep. And even though like the car and even like the commutes that I've done, I couldn't really sleep in the car for some reason. I don't know, just never got drowsy or sleepy, because sometimes I can vaguely or barely at least snooze while in a car, but it never took me. So I've just been fully awake with barely any sleep for a full day, and had a good rest today. But I don't know, I think maybe a few more of the lack of hours of sleep in previous days have added up, and I just needed a bit more. But yeah, outside of that, things were overall fine. Done business things, nothing for exciting for me to talk about this, because a lot of it I don't think it's relevant, or I don't think it would ever be relevant. Plus, keeping that side of my hustle separate to whatever hustle I'm doing here, so not much else. Socializing, that kind of thing, a bit businessy here and there, but nothing too stuffy or anything like that, which is one of the things why I kind of liked the type of events I've for this kind of organization that I've occasionally participated at, and did all these things from time to time, because it's related to some other things that I've done in the past, either taking place of someone else's, or just done it for my own hustle, and overall fine. It just, I'm not right now in a position to kind of like fully participate into those things, even though it might be beneficial. I know it's gonna be beneficial at some point, but right now it's one of those things where it has to be mutually beneficial, and right now I don't really have on my end much to offer, so I don't think it's right of me to just jump in and do nothing and just be there. I fully understand the ethics of it, so yeah, but not much else on that end. But yeah, plus even if maybe it would have been better if I just would have called off the stream, maybe that would have been a thing, because I was like initially vaguely debating it, but I was like, you know what, I do want to like progress through the game. I think it's just gonna be more of a chill day. I'm not gonna put too much effort into it, or like too much energy, I suppose, so expect it to be a bit more of a chill hour, a chill few hours. But I wanted to make a bit more progress, to just kind of be done with the game and see and get ourselves a conclusion of what exactly is gonna be Arknights for me long term, if I'm gonna intend to actually full on playing it, or just kind of keep at it. I haven't really been playing a lot, mostly because Warframe has taken me legitimately. I've just it took all my free time, and I've just been focusing on that. Right now, I think most of the big things that I wanted to do have been done. I'm just right now just doing just some daily things here and there to kind of just keep my advancements up and all that. I do appreciate that being the way the game is, you're not really missing out often. Like you can have like a few days break and nothing really bad happens, because limited to, like, most of the events are cycling, which is one like the cooler thing. So even if you miss the event once, it's gonna happen again. And so that's not that big of a deal. I think like from what I know of the history of some of the features that have been added in times where I've not been around, like the Night Wave, which is kind of like the freebie battle pass. The initial Night Waves, because I did look at it, seeing the entire like volume mixes and tracks and all that, and I did notice that the first ones had some sort of like story thing, and from what I looked online, yes, there was initially they had this kind of like a concept where there was like a lot of like story build up and story elements with the battle pass, but understandably so they cut it because it took development and it became like its own big thing, and it took development from other big releases like story content and everything else of that sort, which I can understand. I would still love to see some elements of story, but maybe in a more simplified formatting. Like I still have it. I don't know. You have this like radio system. It could be just simple like voiceover, like storytelling as part of the Night Wave, and not necessarily have events tied to it or like necessarily or missions. I think like that would add a lot to the world building in my opinion, because I think that's what was like interesting. But I understand why they had to. Like I literally the first description for the first Night Wave, when I heard it, I immediately knew, oh yeah, they just couldn't keep the development. Already from the first like the Saturn 6 first Night Wave. And heard how it kind of like sprawled out. I fully understood, like, yeah, no, it's 100% the big main reason. Just development took too much. Like either you have a dedicated team that just does that, which I don't think DE is big enough to do that, and seeing that they prefer to up their quality and up their game with major things, that would have usually when it comes to like increasing teams, they usually increase them for the purpose of upping that game, not necessarily for the purpose of having dedicated teams. Although I'm expecting that internally there is some structure and people are separated to certain places. But yeah, even then, I don't think that would be their way of doing things. So yeah, it makes complete sense. So that was like one of the few things I think that you miss out, and there's been some a few other occasion like all the things that have kind of been missed, but overall most of the content that you have in game, it's never gonna go away unless there is unless they're like part of some feature or something major that then it's gonna have some sort of like rework, like how the starting experience was. It's one of the few things where that's probably gonna go through. It has gone through reworks and you don't really have access to the old one. Although to some extent, from what I remember, it's not too different, but it's a bit more cohesive to the overall arching plots, somewhat. But yeah, that's kind of like one of the things. But I just wanted to play. I've had fun with it and wanted to advance, progress and all that. But yeah, right now I think aside from like just doing daily things, keeping up with some with my reputations and standings and all that, and even that I'm usually doing it on days when I'm not streaming. I usually do it a bit more heavily. Like I just do my daily standings and all that. But after that, not much. On days when I usually stream, or other days that I'm busy, I just play for a bit, do some what is available daily on that specific day, get done with it, and then move on and do something else. And right now, one of the reasons why I think I've been really heavy stuck on it the past time is because I still was collecting weapons, warframes, especially primes, and right now, from the prime resurgence, what is currently available in this specific wave, I don't think I want anything more specific. I think I'm fine overall. I don't think I necessarily... On the weapons, I'm still a bit, I don't really jump heavy, unless it's like some signature weapon that I would like to have it alongside a warframe. Which is like a thing that has been added later. It's not been a thing from the very beginning, so all of the old warframes don't really have this concept of signature weapons. So unless they have like something that is akin to a signature weapon, or maybe even like it has been akin vaguely to a signature weapon, but not that heavily. Sure, but otherwise nah. Like even with I think with Valkyrie, the prime claws that you get with her, alongside her relic, like relic hunts is like part of it, but it's not really that heavily tied, so I'm not really bothered with that one. So yeah, I just already got the primes that I want from this wave. You know, I got Garuda, got Necros. I've also got Valkyrie. I've finally obtained the chassis yesterday. So you know that she's also done. Got the signature weapon for Garuda, and so far I'm fine. You really need from this current wave. The next wave I am interested in Ash and Inaros personally, and maybe some weapons. I think I would like to get the Reaper Prime, just for the aesthetics and vibes of it, maybe. But outside of that, that's probably gonna be it. So until the next resurgence happens, which is gonna be next week, if I remember correctly. So it's gonna start sometime next week. I'm fine. So I don't need the I don't need to do all of that and do all of that kind of grind. Quest wise, you know, as I said, that's the stuff that we're gonna do on stream. So nothing else on that end. Currently, because we've done a bit of more assassinations as part of the story progression, I'm also like mastering a few more planets, but still not doing all of them. Just a few of them, of the ones that I know we cleared assassinations, and because you know all the stalker stuff and things like that, I still want to like keep around in case something special happens. Because I don't know why, it's just my mind. I think it's related to a quest, but you know maybe it was like something related to. Maybe a quest, because I could have sworn that the first time you encounter Stalker, there was like a point where you encountered the Stalker in your orbiter and it was like an event thing. So that's why one of the reasons. Oh yeah, and on occasions, you know, the event stuff that I'm doing, and that's kind of what I'm keeping up with right now, because there's a Razorback event, which it honestly it fucking came in clutch, because I needed an Orkin Catalyst for my Red Veil reputation, which is rough for having a rank cap requirement that is a Orkin reactor or catalyst depending on the faction. And that's a rough fucking requirement for free to play, because there's limited ways to obtain it. To be fair, these days, because this is an old requirement, because I remember this requirement being even before even in older days, and these days is a lot better, because you know you have the Night Wave as a way to obtain them as a free to play, even though you know depending on how you've used your currency up to the point when you got to that reputation grind, it might be a bit tough, because you might still need a bit more. You know, you might have needed the you know, that currency to get something else, and all of a sudden you no longer have it available. But yeah, the Razorback event went in clutch. I got that money, I got that catalyst, and just put it out there and got my shit. So I didn't have to bother with it, which was nice. So now I'm also like grinding the Red Veil rep. Finally, I'm back on track, because the higher level requirements are not that big of a deal. And those I can handle. It's just that specific round cup is the rough one, which is also good because I need some some of the Necros augments are on Red Veil, and you know I need them for my far frame. So you know that's gonna be really nice to get. And you know outside of that, I don't really. Oh yeah, there's like a cool event happening right now, which is something that I'm vaguely focusing, because I just want to get the bounty rewards from that ghoul event. Also, the drop rate for the ghoul weapon parts is weird. Like I think I have so many weapon blueprints and odd smatterings of weapon parts from like the ghoul event, but nothing that I can get right now. And also I'm Equinox farming. I'm not rushing it right now, but you know, just especially because Equinox is basically, oh yeah, you basically have to farm for 2 warframes at the same time within the same loot pool drop. So good luck. I'm already getting duplicates of the same things, and I'm not even close to crafting one. I just have the chassis and system for the night part for the night frame. I don't even have it for the day one. So that's gonna be a rough one to get, but you know I'm in no rush with that one specifically. But yeah, that's like one of the things that I've been doing. So Fortuna wise, and now that I'm also like a mastery level, I've increased my mastery level. I can also do the higher tier bounties now, and I'm also farming for like the last mods from those higher tiers. Technically, Necrolis is still one that I'm doing at lower tiers because for some goddamn reason the common tier drops have a low drop rate, and it's ridiculous. Like the common tier mods have a really low drop rate, and I've been unlucky on getting them, and it's been annoying and infuriating to obtain them. While on the other bounties, I've basically got them. To be fair, Cetus has been on a similar vibe, but that's been mostly with the rare rewards, which at least for that one makes sense because it's the rare reward that I'm hunting for. That it takes a while, not necessarily the lower tier ones. But with Fortuna, I'm almost done. Like I only need the from the last bounty, and I already got one of the mods. I said I just need the other two because I got the synth, so I still need the tech and mecha one from the last bounty, and I'm basically done. And reputation wise, for those, I'm not like rushing them. To be fair, I'm not. As I said, like on very few days, I'm doing like max, standing, and I've already been max rank. I'm close to max ranking some of them. If not, I've already max ranked some, like the Steel Meridian. But anyways, weird rant aside, that's been a lot of fun. But we'll get back to it. I'm not expecting we're gonna be done with Enfield today, so probably in like 2 weeks we're gonna be back to Warframe because we played it today, and next week I would like to also jump into Heavensward with Final Fantasy. So we're continuing our journey, so that's gonna be a thing. But it's been fun. Also, I kind of like looked into it. Just one final thing about like Warframe, and from my understanding, the Duviri paradox, like in the story, even though like Duviri is like a whole own side thing that it's basically like a side activity now. But at the very least, from how the website tells you like how it's positioned in the story arc, it's at the end of Arc 3, and I've already unlocked it as part of Arc 2, which is weird. So just because I kind of like want to follow the story plot lines, like in this kind of progression, I'm not gonna do the Duviri things right now. I think I'm gonna leave Duviri for the end of Arc 3. As it's as the official Warframe website that tells you to do it, and then we're gonna jump at it and seek it out. So yeah, next time we're gonna be back on Warframe, we're gonna prioritize the main story because that's the only thing that has been left right now to do until further progression happens, which is fine. But yeah, that's been mostly it on that end, but it's been fun. I'm enjoying my time, and I'm glad that I've got back to Warframe. It's been a while, and I can see it's doing a lot better than. To be fair, at the times when I was still playing, the game was still was doing good, but I can see that it improved a lot. I know it also, like in its history, had its kind of like rough period for like a few updates, but it kind of like got themselves back up, so that's also like amazing considering. Because in some scenarios you can expect things to kind of like fall down and get worse. But yeah, that kind of makes sense. So speaking of kind of like things that kind of went downhill, which is something that I'll be honest, I haven't really had on my radar for a long time. Mostly because I kind of like lost interest. It's just something I knew of, and I was like keeping interesting when it was like first announced, and I don't even know at this point when it was like announced. Probably like it has to be like 10 years almost, I'm pretty sure. The whole like Ashes of Creation things, I just yesterday I found out that it went to shit, like everything. Apparently, I don't know like the full story or like the full details. Apparently, like almost a month ago, like slightly more than a month ago, it got added to Steam as early access as part of kind of like their promise for the Kickstarter that is gonna get released, and people were able to get access to it now, like a full on, which is something that happened. I didn't even know that it was added to Steam. Then like some days ago, I think on the 29th, probably something like that. I know, like early Jan. yeah, I think like sometime like beginning of last week, something like that. Apparently there was like a restructure within the studio. Within the studio, and they basically said like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do an immense a huge ass layoff. We're just gonna keep core staff and all that, and that's gonna be it. And then basically on the 30th they said, oh yeah, by the way, newsflash, everybody is fired on the next working day. No PTO, no severance pay, nothing. Basically on the 30th, which was a Friday, so that meant Monday you're out. And the payday was for the developer's payday, from my understanding, would have been a few days after that that firing. I think they were announced like, oh yeah, next work day you're out, and like 2 work days after that they would have gotten their paychecks for the month. So really shitty. Basically an insane rug pull. Apparently just the entire studio just crumpled. I know there was like some for those who kept or done some internal things or kept around with Ashes creations, there was this whole back and forth for a long time in the community and within the some of the developer statements or studio statements that it's gonna be personally driven. There's no board of directors, nothing like that. There was this kind of whole back and forth. There's gonna be like a board that's gonna keep the studio in check or not, which, you know, that also it's like its own thing, because, you know, when you have a board of directors, there's investor interest. At that point it's a lot more money driven than necessarily creative driven, and you can understand, like, I can understand the community being not really excited about that kind of concept. So, you know, they were like really curious for a while. Apparently for some of the news just before January was I think, no, apparently internally it was known since somewhere like around November, internally it was known that there was a board of directors, but they were never made publicly stated. So they basically kind of like went under that, and somehow along the way all of it kind of like got crumpled and crumpled down, and things got like shut down. And some people now that I have like kind of looked a bit more into it, and after like the Kickstarter statements and all that, apparently there were like signs. I think the early access Steam release it was probably more of a sign, and quite obviously an intended scam or an intended way to keep promises, knowing in advance what's gonna happen. In the sense that the promises was that, you know, we're gonna release the game and you're gonna have access to it, and, you know, they then left the 30-day availability, so then no refund and no sort of way of kind of co-access. So basically they kind of like weaved around their legal obligations and legal responsibilities formed through the Kickstarter through the early access, and the rug pull was done kind of like planned in such a way that the player base and the community and those who have invested in the game could not ask for refunds. Now, I cannot say when it comes to like Kickstarters or anything like that, because that has happened like fucking ages ago, if there's any way to kind of get anything back from that, because, you know, and it's quite obvious that at the very least right now, to the end of it was basically a rug pull of we get our bag, put everything, throw everybody to the curb, and, you know, the big boys, I'm guessing the CEO and whoever was was accomplice with them, and just take everything out, and they get out and leave. So yeah, insanely I'm not surprised in a way. Like, I didn't necessarily expect or didn't necessarily like felt it, but seeing the pattern that, you know, Ashes of Creation was still like not hearing, nothing was happening with Ashes of Creation, even though this game has been announced and has been like released as a Kickstarter for like to say more than a decade. Like, have to check Ashes of Creation. Like, I vaguely, my mind is like 2014. That's when I vaguely, no, 2016. Yeah, literally 10 years. 10 years this game has been in the works since its Kickstarter. And there was like basically not major things happening in all these 10 years. Like, yeah, there have been some like occasional like dev releases. Then they pushed this kind of like exclusive access through like, oh yeah, you want to be like an alpha tester or like beta tester, here, pay for this. Which that to me, like, I was like, or to be fair, I've always been wary when it comes to like having early access sort of play like or alpha access, especially like paid alpha access and all that kind of things. To me, that always is like something that it can never you can never assure yourself that by paying yourself access to this game you're gonna have the guarantee that the game's gonna get fully developed and fully released. Because you know, especially like in early days of the early access release of on Steam, we've had many cases where games have been just got stuck in limbo in the early access stage, to the point where Steam in recent months have added this effect of or maybe in recent times have added this new tag of like, oh yeah, this game has been abandoned, or nothing has happened in too long of a time, and now we have kind of tagged it as being an abandoned game with no updates, sort of thing. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily surprise me that much. It's been 10 years. There was still this kind of whole thing of, yeah, just there was some like developments, but every time I was like seeing something, it didn't feel like there was like any big structure, or at the least overarching overall development to it. Like, here's how the game's gonna, we've already figured out like most of the mid game or early game, or how everything, like all of it was like thrown around. Here's our features, so here are some classes that we've designed, here's some other things, but it never felt to me like there was a point where certain structures was put together, and it kind of felt obvious that it started to feel like things are not going anywhere. And it to an extent it felt very Star Citizen-esque, where we're still keeping this you know, supporting payment options to get access to possibly get access to certain things, and exclusivity. And to kind of, you know, paraphrase Joseph Swift Hayes, that he mentioned in his videos, that, you know, MMOs are about community, and you're basically were getting early access to said community, or to kind of be this kind of like pioneer. And that's kind of how I've also seen it. This was kind of like, yeah, here, be a paid first timer, first player, you know, kind of like a, in a way, founder. And yeah, I don't know, this kind of like monetized VIP sort of sort of position, or like monetized the social standing to a degree. So to me, it already started to smell fishy after a while. I didn't look too heavy into it to kind of feel like this was definitely gonna go, you know, downhill. But at the same time, hearing the things that I've heard, it does not surprise me. At the end of the day, it's kind of obvious, but that probably at some point, it more than anything became like a money scheme, or just, you know, the CEO was lining their pockets and just, you know, just keeping this false promise of developing. Yeah, looking at again Wikipedia, so I'm not gonna say that all the sources are to the point, but apparently January 22nd. The co-founder and creative director Stephen Sharif, Sharif, Sharif. I think Sharif or not Sheriff. Sharif. I don't know. Addressed rumors of layoffs at Interpretive Studio, stating that 9 out of the 250 employees were impacted by targeted team adjustments, and assuring that the layoffs were not a reflection of the health or future. That was on January 22nd, so a weekish ago. Then a notice was posted on the studio website on January 29th, which promised to address several issues and delayed an upcoming development update on February 13th, so next week. And on January 31st, Steven Sheriff announced his resignation from the studio in a message posted on Discord, so that's gonna be amazing. Just citing an internal feud between creative leaders at the studio's board of directors. Sheriff stated that he resigned in protest of actions directed by the studio's board, which he could not ethically agree with or carry out. Sheriff said that the members of the senior leadership team also resigned following his departure, after which the board issued a WARN Act notice to the worker adjustment and restraining notification. Notices to the staff and issued a mass layoff. And the day after Sheriff Discord, several Interpretation employees posted a link saying that they were no longer with the company, with some describing the mass layoff as a result of the complete closure of the game studio. Former director of communication later said on Twitter that the studio had shut down, that the war notices were sent to the entire studio, and that the employees would not receive their final paychecks, among other owed compensations. Absolutely wild. Yeah, I do not know the entire details. I'm not sure exactly who here is at fault, like when it comes to, like, I wonder if it is, as at the very least, the here within the kind of summary of this Wikipedia article kind of states that the board of directors were trying to kind of take control of the product, and the leadership team just did not agree. Or is this just more of a masked position of innocence, of goodwill, and they decided to leave, but actually they were leaving with whoever knows what earnings, and basically left out of the board of directors on their own, and they just couldn't really do anything else than to just, you know, cancel the project entirely. One of the things that I did hear is that Steam has frozen the funds at the very least, so, you know, the studio is not going to receive any money from what earnings they have gotten throughout the release on Steam. And there's currently a mass, you know, refund, or at the very least, overall, Steam has been kind enough to kind of offer refunds in a huge majority. Not clear yet if they are refunding everyone in the without any sort of requirements, or it's just been, you know, or anything like that. But I'm guessing like Valve has been probably made aware of the situation, and Valve has always been you know, customer friendly and customer support, you know, in support of the customers and the studios, and always kind of at times went beyond the bare requirements within legal standing. So we'll have to see when exactly. I'm trying to see now, when exactly was it released on Steam? Does it mention? They mentioned the free battle royale, which I remember that one, and that to me was like kind of like one of the weird signs. Like, why are you doing this side game mode instead of just, you know, continue developing the game? Like, to me, that was already kind of another like weird sign that something was not right with doing all of this. Still, again, it's still a developing story, because all of this stuff is still like fresh. Like, as we said, the last big announcement was at the end of the month, officially through the studio, and, you know, the only other update is that, you know, Steam has removed any sort of sale options on February 2nd, so 2 days ago. So we'll have to see, but yeah, it's, again, it feels like one of those things where people, somebody out there was trying to sell like a big dream, a big idea, and nothing kind of happened to it. Okay, it was released in early access December 11th, 2025. So yeah, more than a month ago. So yeah, some people are assuming that maybe this was done with intention, even by the co-founder. As you know, the early access release on Steam kind of lines up with the promise, and at the very least avoids they remove any sort of like responsibility towards it. So to me, it's still weird what exactly is currently happening. It's definitely a developing story. I'm not saying that the founders are not at fault, but at the very least, again, I'm not look too heavily. I'm just reading at the Wikipedia's like summary, because it's an insane thing right now. I'm guessing it's probably on both sides. Most likely the founders had their own intentions, probably the studio board as well, and they just cut their losses, and just, all the developers and of course those who paid the community were left out on the curb, and are the ones now paying and suffering. But yeah, also hi there, fella. Yeah, the only billion-dollar company who you can still trust. Yeah, I don't know. We need to figure out like some eternal youth potion or anything like that. Because fuck, man, I swear, like if either the next person in charge has to be like cherry picked by Gabe Newell, or I do not know what the fuck was gonna happen with Steam once that man just kicks the curb, and he's well in his age. And that's my fear. But anyways, that's just weird, a bit pessimistic mindset that I'm not really here to talk about that one. But it definitely feels like it was done with intention. So I'm not saying that the creative team, the leadership is dissolved of blame and fault into this scenario, but it's clearly still a developing story. We'll probably have to wait until more studios, more of the employees probably come out and say anything, which is gonna be complicated because NDAs and all that always make it difficulty when it comes to speaking out. But seeing the fact that they've been all massed laid off with no severance, no PTO, nothing, and not even a final paycheck. This to me sounds like a big legal thing is gonna happen. I feel like this is probably a class action lawsuit. I'm not sure exactly what the whole WARN Act is. I'm not American, so I have no idea what the fuck the WARN Act means. Okay. So US labor law that protects employees, their families, and communities. Most employers with 100 or more employees, and this studio, as remember, it had 250, and they even before the initial restructure, barely, not even 10% of that company was left, so it still is over 100. To provide notifications in 16 calendar days in advance, so 2 months in advance of planned closing and mass layoffs. So they've not done this because the mass layoff is not done in advance, considering that they said that they will not receive a final paycheck or any sort of compensation, and they're basically out of a job the next working day. This is an insane legal battle because they received no sort of prior notice to the layoff. So yeah, this is probably gonna be a whole fucking thing. And talking about Ashes of Creations, yeah, I just found out about the whole shtick yesterday, and I was kind of not surprised. Again, it's a game that has been 10 years in the making, allegedly 10 years in the making since its Kickstarter, and things never felt like they were going anywhere. Like, yeah, there was like occasional, hey, here's some things that we've done, here's some things. But to me, I've never felt like at a point whenever I was like on occasion checking it out. I've never like kept up to date on a, I don't know, month-to-month basis. Maybe on occasions I heard something new about it, maybe years or so. and something like that. But to me, whenever I like looked at it, I never felt like it was going anywhere. It always felt like, here, we've done a few things, but nothing had structure. Nothing felt like, here's like a major part of the game done. Like, I don't know, some sort of like the mid-game or aspects of progression across the board or anything like that. It all felt like occasional features that were gonna be part of the wider whole showcase. Like some classes, maybe some features. There was that whole like side battle royale project that they've released at some point, and that then immediately got shut down, which to me that's like another one weird kind of like red flag, because when you're like shifting to side projects, when you're making like a a side project while still developing another game, that kind of shows that either you don't know what exactly you want out of this game, or you're probably having some problems financially, because you probably need some sort of like funding, and you're trying to jump to the next big thing. Because I think that battle royale released when battle royales were still at its peak, if I remember correctly. So that kind of also shows that a need for money, and that's whole things of kind of like having this kind of exclusivity or like paid early starter, early founder, not necessarily founder that, but paid kind of being this again, I'm kind of like paraphrasing out just for say, MMOs are a big thing about community, and having a paid community or paid access to being the forerunners of said community, to be, or like monetizing this kind of like socializing aspect, which is a big thing for MMOs, also was like a big issue to me. So and look, I understand game development is difficult. Things take a long time, and there have been games in the past who've taken more than 10 years to develop it, or within that time frame. So I'm not saying that it's problematic that it's taken this long, but I've been in a studio myself. I've been and more. Let me rephrase this. I've been at a failing studio myself, so I know the signs to some degree. I know the signs when things look like they're moving, but they're not going anywhere. Like if you're just making things, but without any set goal or any set structure, that's not a sign that things are moving. That's just a sign that we're doing work just to keep doing work, but with no greater goal forward. And believe me, we tried our fucking damnedest. At the least, myself and some of the people that there internally within that studio that I worked at, we did our damnedest to try to move forward and to actually try to figure out a structure. But we've been constantly sidetracked, so we've never been able to like do things to the level we wanted. We were always just having like little things done, and nothing that was like at times felt fully interconnected or fully within a specific structure. So I know those signs to some degree. So to me it kind of felt like that. I saw like you're just showing things to kind of show that you're working, but you're not really going anywhere with it, and that's not a good sign. Because yes, we can if you show good faith and you can show that you're moving forward and you're doing interesting things and you're giving some good faith, I believe you, especially the MMO community, will be fucking forgiving. We have at the end of the day precedent of insane MMO communities who are willing to go the long mile, enjoy an experience for the sake of knowing that along the road is gonna be better. Final Fantasy XIV is one of them. The entire community is basically encourages you and has gone through hours of playtime before they got to the good stuff, myself included at this point, because I've just finished A Realm Reborn after like more than 100 hours of playtime with the character, and I just finished A Realm Reborn, which, as the community says, is the roughest part of the entire game, story-wise. So the MMO community is insanely forgiving if you show good faith. So, of course, I can understand it being crushing. But to me, it never felt like it kind of go there. It always felt like they were kind of taking advantage of this good fate, or at the very least, they always kind of monetize or put forward this aspect of, you want to be a forerunner, pay up. Have this bundle to get some customization thing, then alpha or beta key access or whatever, or maybe a chance to it for a while. I think for a while there was even like a limited access to those. Like not even everyone had, even those who paid, not all of them had access to them for a while. Yeah, making MMO as a Kickstarter for a niche within MMO community, and it fails. Who would have thought? To be fair, it got a lot further than I expected. MMOs these days are complicated. Again, yeah, it's clear that MMOs are about community. MMOs are a wide thing, and because MMOs in general are a multitude of systems put together. Because in many scenarios, you can see you can look at MMOs and be like, oh, these are like multiple games kind of like put together, but in a more massive kind of multiplayer fashion. And you know, even the term itself, it kind of lost meaning for a good time, because you know it's a concept that has evolved. Because these days you can call many things MMOs. Because the only like major description, it's massively multiplayer, meaning that's a game with a ton of players that you can meet at once. Like, you know, Destiny's MMO adjacent, Warframe is MMO adjacent. There's some other games out there. Again, kind of, if we're putting that, let's go with Warframe. It's a game that even to this fucking day, they're calling themselves in open beta. Like, even to this day, they're not, the developers themselves, they do not call their game. To be fair, I think it's probably also more of an inside joke more than anything at this point. I'm 100% sure. But the developers themselves still call their game an open beta. And look how much they're doing. And how much they're like moving forward. Like, they show that at the least they have a structure plan. They have something that they want to improve. And I also like that they have this kind of like philosophy that every time they add something to the end game, they also look back, as part of that update, they also make some improvements in the early game. So they always kind of keep an eye out for the new player experience. They never kind of like lose sight of it, which is, I think it's a great mentality to have and a great way to kind of like develop things. Because especially with major projects, like MMOs kind of fall in this problem. Because, you know, World of Warcraft, I think it's a good example where they're still dealing with this issue. With as a project moves along and new things still keep coming, new expansions, new stories, new content, and you get to this problem where a ton of things get piled together, and for a new player that just joins in, they have this insane task of having to go through the entire thing until they reach the end game. To be fair, and that's kind of the thing. Which kind of goes back to this whole aspect. MMOs are about community. It's this major factor. Like, yes, it's a multitude and a hodgepodge and a kitchen sink of, you know, of systems, but it's best thing that keeps people around is the community that is inside it, that kind of keeps you along the ride and kind of keeps you engaged through this journey. And again, paraphrasing, I think Just Right Hayes that kind of discussed about this issue, it kind of shows you why there's this entire concept or how this kind of evolution or concept of MMO killers or like WoW killers or Final Fantasy 14 killers or whatever fucking Ultima killer or whatever a big MMO was before the big ones today. It kind of shows why this kind of mentality has grown, because these games are about community. But when you have a healthy or at the very least a long-standing community, those games are gonna live on. WoW has a long-standing community. I'm not necessarily saying it's the healthiest, but a long-standing one. Final Fantasy 14 has a dedicated community. It stuck around. RuneScape, old school RuneScape especially. Look at it. It still sticks around. And even there, like, MMO is such a niche that even within their smaller niches, like Dungeons and Dragons Online still has a small but dedicated community to itself. Even some of the other games within that studio, because that studio has multiple IPs as MMOs. Lord of the Rings Online. I think there was like another one that they also had they also worked. They kind of manage it and develop it. But similar thing. They have their niche communities, but they stick around. you know, Warframe, Destiny, dedicated communities at the very least. Although to be fair, Destiny, I think it's in a rough place right now. Warframe, we can call it that. But and that's kind of why you see these games resist the test of time, and those who kind of come along the way, they kind of have to compete with this kind of community, or at the least they need to find this maybe a space or a void within the general MMO niche or MMO genre where there is a need, there is a want for a community, and that the other games cannot offer, and you know, and kind of keep around. There's also has been this discussion that a lot of times when people kind of are jumping the gun to these new MMOs, is there are usually also people within the social structures or within these communities that have it's this idea of being the paid forerunners or being the first timers, because there's something about not knowing what nobody, you know, being there at the very beginnings, because nobody knows what's gonna happen in this game. Nobody has optimized, maximized, knows every ins and outs of the game, so everybody is on equal footing, and you being the first of those will always give you an advantage in the social hierarchy, because you are one of the first. You're there to be you know, you're one of the first who probably got a running start and got some advantages and got some stuff better at the game. So you're always gonna have this hierarchical advantage of everyone else that comes after you is probably gonna look up to you, is gonna want to engage with you, and people want that. People, you know, desire that kind of thing, and those who kind of cling around to these sort of projects or kind of like buy into this dream, which I understand, which, you know, I understand kind of now why this has been monetized, is they're kind of buying into this dream. They are willing to kind of cough off their money and put all of this, because they've been put aside. They've never found their place within the existing ones, and it's always been kind of hard for them to kind of maybe socialize within those groups or find themselves, or maybe the game itself, it's not the niche they are interested in. So to me, like, that's like one thing. MMOs need to find a niche. Like any future or new MMO that wants to come around the block either needs to find a niche that the current ones do not offer, and have to somehow build that community for it, like, and specifically be there for that community, because otherwise, no. Final Fantasy 14 stood the test of time because they cared for the community, they cared for their feedback, they cared of what the players thought and expected of their game, and why they went for this insane journey of rebooting the entire main experience and going for this entire new direction. World of Warcraft, to some extent, with more ups and downs, kind of did similar things, where usually in moments of pressure they've you know, appeased to the wider voices, to the louder voices, and said like, okay, we're gonna make these. And when those things were happening, the game always flourished. You know, when the classic servers were announced, when the season discoveries were added, when evergreen features were put together, or some other, you know, wider expansions that done general things that the community wanted and they hoped for and expected. Those were moments when the game flourished, and, you know, many others of similar aspects. Making good MMOs is expensive. Giving said game is even more so when you're making a decent single player game and makes its budget back. That's fine. Not desire, but fine. In the MMOs, you still have the upkeep for servers, pay moderators, and can pull a Bethesda for the modders to fix your game. Like, I'm thinking buying Starfield because of that Star Wars mod. That is to some extent, but I do not believe game development in general is expensive. Yes, MMOs to some degree can be more expensive depending on how feature dense they are, because that's kind of the thing. The more complex you make it, the more expensive it's gonna be. But I do believe that if you're playing it smart, or if you're developing it smart, it's not necessarily as expensive as any other games. Or more costly than other games. And seeing where Ashes of Creation was, considering that, you know, it was still at a point where they were like still developing still developing the game. There was a limited community, so that meant limited access to servers, or like limited servers, because, you know, for a small community that you, or at the very least a very predictable amount of a very, you know, easily to predict kind of amount of players, you know, it's easier to manage. Moderation is not necessarily as heavily needed, again, if you don't have an immense player base, because again, the early access on Steam was released in December. That was not I don't think that would have I don't think within a month, within the time span of a month, all of a sudden those costs racked up to that degree. And up until then, I think that things were managed. To me, I don't think that was the issue. To me, the issue, I think it was that there was something internally, something at the core of the studio, be it the leadership, the management, the creatives, where things were not put right together. Because to me, that's the issue in many scenarios. And to me, I think that is the thing that kills games. Because, believe me, you can survive as a niche. As I said, even within the MMO space, there are a ton of MMOs out there in their niche, many of them that we do not know of, or maybe the wider mainstream gaming scene does not know of too well, and they are still making dough. They are still keeping up servers. They still have a player base. They still, you know, to some extent have some sort of like monetization. So again, MMOs can be sustainable. Because a ton of the things that MMOs cost you these days is the same thing that costs you to any live servers. Live servers still require servers. Live service games still require any other sort of live service game that is not an MMO, like, you know, a shooter or anything like that. They still require servers. They still require moderation. They still require the same amount of things. So cost-wise, it's not different. If those games can manage, so can an MMO. And an MMO that is at the core of it is structured and planned smart, or at the least in a healthy way where they can develop healthily and at a decent pace, they can do it. Again, overscoping is overscoping and lack of vision, or not necessarily lack of direction. Overscoping and lack of directions, those are the killers in any scenario. Those are the things that kill anything in game development. Lack of direction and overscoping. And when I say lack of direction, there can be many things, you know, board of directors or CEOs just caring for the profits, inexperienced leadership that doesn't know what to prioritize, many other factors. So, you know, when I say lack of direction, it's a wider thing. So those, I believe, are in general the major killers of anything, not necessarily MMOs. MMOs are a niche because, yes, and sometimes they can be a harder market to break into, mostly because they are about community. That's the major thing. Like, that's the big thing that MMOs care about, because that's why you want to play an MMO in most scenarios, compared to any other shooter, compared to any other action RPG, hack and slash, whatever else sort of game. Is because you are there to play with other people in a wider scale, and people that, you know, are to some degree like-minded with you, or are looking there for the same things that you are looking for, or an element of things. And when you already have existing games that already cover those needs, it's harder to kind of build yourself. We've seen that in the past. WildStar past Crashed and Burned, even though it was a game with a ton of potential. I don't fully remember its story of why exactly Crash and Burn, but it's one of its factors. It probably didn't find its place. There've been others, aka WoW killers, in the past who've done similar things. So to me, Ashes of Creation didn't feel too different. Like, it had interesting concepts, it had interesting ideas, but at the same time, I do not know if they really tackled the major problem, which was what exactly were you bringing with community. They had concepts of community that were interesting, which I think would have flourished their community of the way the kind of the guilds and resources worked within those servers. They were like interesting ideas, and definitely I think that would have put it forward. But I think like lack of direction and probably something rotten at the core of its leadership made it made this outcome inevitable. Anyways, I'm gonna continue this rant a bit after the quick break, because an ad has come around and I'm not gonna quickly snooze it every time, and I'll return after the ad is over. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep myself too long for this. But yeah, I'm not gonna argue you're literally on the field while I can't write a single line of code. Believe me, you don't necessarily have to write code to be a game developer or a game designer or to be in games. Believe me, there's many ways of getting in this business and industry. First fact. Again, there are many factors that can kill a game. At times, you know, yes, money can be one of them. But I can tell you right now, Ashes of Creation did not ever give me the idea that they were out of money or they didn't have the resources to manage themselves in this scenario. But yeah, definitely, it's clear about that. You know, I think it was generally a greater issue at the core of it. Something was probably rotten within the general leadership, management. Something there was not right, and in the long term, it didn't necessarily survive. I've heard rumors that there were like signs of this like way before all of this started to kind of unravel. I think I've heard somewhere in some people mentioning that already certain paid benefits have been removed way before any of these kind of frictions started to happen. So there were already kind of like signs a long time that things were not going well internally. So who knows? One European private WoW server, I think it's one of the bigger ones, does not accept donations. Dude, for legal reasons, I don't know about that. Because I know, to be fair, yeah, most of the private servers, I don't think they are hosted within European places because of said reasons. But you know, isn't it for the love of the game? And I think it's the only private server that has Legion. Really? I know a private server that has Legion, and I know for a fact that private server still has donation systems. Let me see. Well, is that, to be fair, I'm not even sure if it's still around. Let me check. Oh yeah, no, it's still. Apparently something happened with this private server that I know of. To oh. Oh, apparently they're no longer. They're merging with another. Oh, apparently they're merging with another like private server. Okay, damn. Up. Oh yeah, I remember this. I think I vaguely remember this server as well. I'm not gonna say any name just because, you know, not here to advertise. It has a shop. I can't see it because, you know, it's... Oh yeah, I like Towery. Okay. No, I knew of a... it's not the one that I know of. Because the one that I know of is also... It also had a team local here. I actually knew somebody who was helping out with that private server and had like a... I remember, you know, he was still like doing Legion things with for that private server, like when like Legion was there. You can delete that. Fair enough. Can't do it here. Hold up. I think I need to be on the I don't know if they changed something with the chat, but I cannot like do specific things to a specific message. It says show moderation actions. What the fuck? Anyways, it's fine. I haven't really... It's not that big of a deal. It's okay. Yeah, I knew of a different one that whole apparently, but apparently they're no longer like maintaining it themselves, and they made a merger with a different WoW server who also has a Legion. Fair enough. It's been a while. To be fair, that private RAM has been there for like many decades. It was, I remember it since I was like younger, during like the Kata days, and I think it had things even before that. I know you're not about to shout out the questionable actors. Yeah, look, I'm not gonna be out here to talk about... I rarely talk about private servers. I talk about some. At least the ones that I feel like they're doing interesting things beyond the... or at the very... They don't necessarily feel like they're out there just to make a buck. You know, I've talked about Turtle WoW in the past. And some other, like, interesting, like, you know, WoW Plus projects and things like that. So, I'm not, like, the type to kind of, like, shy away to these. But, you know... Also, you know, the private server scene is it's more of a Wild West than anything else in gaming. So I'm always, you know, treading a bit carefully because you never know what is out there and what is really offer. I remember like some crazy like WoW private rams back in the day. I don't even remember how that private ram was even called, to be fair, even if I were like to tell about it. But I remember there was like one that I think it was a Wrath of the Lich King client, but it was a custom one that had level cap at 225. And I know that it sounds like an odd number to have as a level cap, but it was specifically 225 because that allowed you, no matter what, that allowed any class to have all of their talent points maxed out across all specs. I'm not sure exactly which of the classes required in a Cataclysm, in a Wrath of the Lich King, a total amount of 225, because not all of them required that. But 225 was put there in such a way that it allowed you that no matter what class you played, you could max out all the talent points for all the specs at once. So basically you could play all roles at the same time. So, you know, being a paladin was probably the most strong, it was probably one of the most powerful things you could have, because you were like equally tank, DPS, and healer. It was kind of like a power fantasy, but it was very pay to win. It was very pay to win because also a lot, most of the content was also customized, like how the dungeons and raids work. They were like, I think, at higher difficulties, or at the very least they modified the variables and numbers behind the scenes that were, you know, they were like a lot stronger. Some of the stuff could have been done in smaller groups. Like, I think we were able to do certain bosses in Ice Crown Citadel as a three-man team, a party of 3 players. I remember because I did that. But one of our friends had a VIP account with some high-level powerful gear. And even then, you know, you couldn't do like all of it solo. I think, to be fair, I think our roadblock probably was was the Blood Queen, but that was mostly because of how her mechanic works. You can't really do it. We played classes that couldn't really allow you to cheese her with 3 players, I think. Because technically you can do it with 3 players, but you needed some... you needed like hyper-specific classes to allow you to do it with 3 players, and I think none of us were. Or maybe there was like a boss before them. But yeah, it was an insane power fantasy, but it was very pay to win. You had things like, oh yeah, you could have like the Lich King's armor as an actual armor set. I don't know how exactly they were able to pull off those model assets and turn them into like armor assets, because you literally had armor pieces. I'm guessing maybe behind the scenes, like in the actual code of WoW, they were like designed as armor pieces, but that would kind of surprise me, because when it comes to like custom NPCs, you don't necessarily do that sort of thing. You just have the NPC modeled as a whole. And especially during like Wrath of the Lich King, when Blizzard started to explore more, custom, major NPCs sort of designs. Because yeah, in Classic, all of the NPCs were just, they were just using a model race with some custom armor sets at best put together, which probably internally you could have gotten somehow, but I don't think later down the line they had that. So to me, like, yeah, I'm not sure exactly how they did it, but yeah, you had things like the Lich King armors. I think you could have gotten Ashbringer somehow, but all of those were like VIP things. Progression was really weird. You had like you basically had a grind progression. Literally, you had you started in the Barrens, and you had this entire, like, you basically went the lengthways across the crossroads through the Barrens, and basically power level grinded, because you had like rows of mobs of varying levels. So as you leveled up, you went to a higher level row to get more to get levels there, because you also had like an insane XP boost. It got really grindy towards the end because it required you to kill a lot of things. But in early levels you basically dinged in seconds. It gave you a ton of armors early on, like usually like tier sets from older raids or like older content. But yeah, it was like really funky. Drops were modified. Like you could, for example, I remember by doing a Wrath of the Lich King dungeon, you were able to obtain a specific currency that allowed you to then buy Ulduar gear. So I was able to do that, and I remember like that was like the best you could have gotten. Like if you were like trying to play solo, you could have like got to a point, but it basically, that server had no structure whatsoever. It was like a weird pay to win kind of like power fantasy. After a while, I legitimately don't even know what exactly you were supposed to do once you, because of how it was designed. You didn't really like play through the game or like met people or had a community or anything like that, or guilds or anything. I just remember like one of my friends be like, hey, check this weird ass fucking server that you could go to insane power levels and let's fuck around. I never kept up with it, but that was like definitely a bit more on the shady pay to win side. Because a ton of like the in-game shop allowed you to obtain a ton of like powerful gear and stuff of that scenario. But yeah, it was odd. But yeah, I'm fully aware that the private server scene is odd. It's not it's not always there to for the love of the community or for the love of the game. Sometimes it's there for whatever other reasons. So that's why if I'm not familiar with the server, I don't necessarily mention it, because I do not know what practices they might have. But anyways, enough with this rant, because again, it's still a developing story. I've not been, as I said, I've not been too heavily connected with Ashes of Creations or anything like that, because again, when for the longest time they were still onto this kind of like way of, oh yeah, you have access to the game if you just cough up money and nothing else. And even then, kind of like a very kind of exclusivist VIP sort of thing. It felt a bit iffy to me, and seeing that it wasn't really going anywhere even after 10 years. Yeah, it's complicated. Yeah, honestly, I think on this kind of like whole wider aspect of why exactly this happened, and why, and specifically the MMO community still buys into things, because this is kind of like a wider thing of why within the MMO scenes this happens more often than not than in other communities or other game genres. Because these days, if any other sort of game would have started to do the things that Ashes of Creations have done for like 10 years, I don't think they would have been able to get away with it. And it probably kind of shows you a bit of the general mentality within this genre and within this community niche. And I think like Josh Strive Hayes has like 2 videos, one on his second channel where he posts like stream clips, and one on his main channel that kind of talks about it. And I think he articulated really well. And within that scene, I think that there was like an insane quote that he had that I'm trying to like find it now. If I can find it from that video, because it was like an amazing quote he had. Hold up. Let's see, history. There you go. Yeah, prioritized experience points over the point of the experience. Yeah, that basically summarized this whole kind of like paid access and paid VIP kind of sort of thing, where some people like have this kind of like mentality, and I think like it's an insane fucking line. Prioritized experience points over the point of the experience. Yeah, amazing line. I love it. But yeah, it's weird, it's crazy. But anyways, I think that's enough ranting on this side. Let's actually get to some games. But before I actually jump into this game, once again, quick disclaimer. I think at this time I'm just gonna be quick about it, because I've just already been too ranty, and I would also like to make a bit of progress within the game today. So, Arknights Endfield, it's a gacha game. Now, without any, sugarcoating or any sort of like walking around the subject, it's a gambling system. It's gambling. You pay for things to get access to at a random chance. Of course, that currency can be obtained in game, or you can like fast track yourself by paying for premium currency that allows you to do the same thing. But you still have a randomized chance of obtaining the thing that you want. So that's pure chance, pure gambling, because you're paying for a random, paying for the possibility. So because of that, I don't want to encourage reckless behavior of said things, so no polls or anything of that sort, or engaging with that system, which is gonna happen on stream for multiple reasons. One of them, I can understand that there are people out there vulnerable to these kind of systems that might have some sort of addictive personality or gambling addiction that could be affected by this, and even the fact of seeing secondhand through someone else's experience. They might have this kind of like FOMO, or this kind of perception of maybe I can also have this chance, maybe I can also win, because who knows, maybe I'm gonna have some dumb luck and just get something really good early on, and people are gonna be encouraged. Secondly, I've seen through other gacha streams or other games that other content through this community or through this genre, where this weird shift, or at the very least occasional mentality, happens within streams or other content, where people have started to kind of cheer for the wins and woes of the streamer or anyone else participating, that be it from within the chat or within the stream. And it kind of, again, it still feeds into that mentality of kind of pushing people and egging them on, and especially if the concept starts to arise that some people donate for the purpose of people engaging with the systems, which I do not want, I do not encourage, and I'm gonna make it very clear. If you donate, that's not gonna make me engage with the system. I've been free to play within the gacha scene for many years, or for at least I would say full on 2 years. And even when I put some money in the games, I never put them to like the gacha system, maybe battle passes or things of that nature. But yeah, I don't want to encourage this. I'm doing these streams to just experience the other systems and the other aspects of the game, the story, the characters, whatever interesting systems and gameplay they might have, and as a possibility for those who want to keep themselves safe and want to keep themselves detached from the possibility of engaging with these systems, but still want to experience maybe the story or the characters. They have these streams as a way of doing so. You know, they keep themselves detached and safe. So because of that, I'm not engaging with them. So that's basically it. At best, I'm probably just simply gonna talk about things that I've collected, things that I've obtained, but nothing more than that. So I think that covers it. Don't think there is any reason for me to full on mention it. So where we left off, I think we done a bit more questing things. I don't fully remember what sort of questing things. I haven't really played in the past days since last I streamed. I think maybe I might have played a day or two afterwards. Mostly because, as I said, Warframe has caught me in its clutches, and I just could not. I could not get myself away from it in my free time. So that's kind of what has been happening. But
still waiting for something.
If you're curious about things that I've obtained and characters that I've collected, I've obtained a bit.
The battlefield shows no mercy.
I've gotten a 6-star max high rank character. I got Ember, which I do like her design. She's pretty cool. So I have her.
And ready.
Empty wallet.
I
also got. I think I already had Artelina before. I think.
Speed's okay. Visibility's good. A strong team is. Am I looking all right from this angle?
Also got this bunny girl, Viwena. I'm not sure how that is pronounced.
The path ahead has been.
I'm not gonna show too much because again, I've not done much since last time. So you know, when it comes to like equipment and gear and all that,
Who's due for some?
there's not a ton of advancements. I just changed up my setup, my team setups for the time being.
Accounted for.
Just to kind of like experiment and, you know, synergize the teams a bit better. Currently, this kind of like what I'm going for, because Alash synergizes us with some effects that the administrator offers. Ember, just because, you know, I wanted to try out the best rank that I collected, and Perlikai also synergizes pretty decently with the administrator. And I also have this kind of like what I like to call like a battery team, because I think it heavily focuses on generating a ton of like SP. With how Arknight and Ivana can like synergize, and equally Wolfguard. Anyway, both from what I've seen, the Guardians and the supporter types both have like healing options, so I don't see the point of having both of them in the team. Or at the very least, Ember has also a healing option or support options equally as Artelina, so I kind of have them split. But for the time being, this is the team I'm going with. Last time we did a bit more trying to find the actual friends. That's not what I care for. Right here I have like an access way to access the missions. We did a bit more of the story with the processing chapters and all that, and I think we still have 2 more parts for the first chapter. We have like process 3 and I think like process 4, and most of it's been level gated. We've unlocked after doing a side mission last time. We've also got high enough level to continue the story, so that's what we're gonna do today. And if we're gonna get a bit level locked once more, we still have quite a selection of side quests that we can still do. And when it comes to the factory, yeah, apparently there is like a limit of how much you can craft and collect. So it does not surprise me that my stuff is already clogged, because I'm out of inventory space in the stash. But yeah, I've started to like craft batteries and started to explore some of the crafting and automation things. I've not looked too heavily into it yet, so I initially like did this side. I like added this kind of the gearing unit and the battery production for the sake of actually unclogging a bit more, but because I haven't touched the game since, I've not looked into what exactly I need to what exactly I can build forward to kind of keep this factory moving. What else could like keep these going? So for the time being, that's where it's been left, and that's probably something I'll manage as we go. But let's continue onwards, because the last story was about kind of this whole thing of advancing our of learning about kind of like the factory advancements and all that sort of thing. And you know, then we kind of got stuck because we needed to wait for some, like, you know, as I think usually happens early on in the game, you have like a few like level gating.
Director Chen, the construction vehicle has been deployed. We also cleared away the surrounding debris. Our crew is ready to go once we're done with fine-tuning the vehicle.
Right?
Good job. Now, we'll wait for the Endmen to... Ah, looks like they've arrived.
Looking for us?
Administrator, Supervisor Perlica, thank you so much for saving my life out there.
Oh yeah,
While you
we saved
launched
you.
the attack on the Valley Ford, we found many lost crewmates. We also freed some imprisoned survivors. It's all thanks to Enfield that we managed to escape.
Ah, no biggie. Ah, sorry, I didn't read the
At least
chat
the defeat of
option.
that Rodon forced the other breakers to slow down. We can actually start hoping for the situation to get better.
Yeah,
get better, though?
but now we should focus on the work at hand. Endman, we're almost done clearing away the landslide. The next step of our operation may begin.
Okay, also I realized that I did not get my background music. Next. We already have like music here.
Unfortunately, we cannot get in touch with the UWST site directors of the Power Plateau. We lost every drone we dispatched to that area. Severe radio interference is denying our efforts to call them.
The Bone Crushers clearly possess some radio interference equipment. But why would they do all this? What are they after?
How important is that place?
The Power Plateau has an Originium power plant. It's the primary source of power in Valley 4, and has been closely monitored by the UWST. The UWST also has an ether test site at the plateau. I don't know what the Landbreakers are looking for, but losing the place would deal a grievous blow to our side.
Ether
That's
test
right.
side?
There is a quasi-permanent ether rift in Valley 4. The test site has been monitoring this phenomenon for quite a while. There are plenty of such ether rifts throughout Talos too. Most are undetectable to the unaided eye, and they often bring about blight disasters or affect the vicinity in various ways. Suffice to say, the UWST has deployed sizable defenses to the Power Plateau. They should be able to hold out for a while.
I just hope they can defend the Originium power plant properly. Nefereth has been making her underlings sabotage the power systems.
Don't worry. Everyone in Valley 4 knows how important the power plant is.
Right?
You see, it's a stronghold. If nothing goes wrong...
Well... About that. That's a big...
Isn't that the direction of...
The power
The
plant?
rift has opened. How did this happen?
That's...
Come in a minute. You copy?
Come on, little boy.
Admin, Supervisor Berka, do you copy?
Wolfguard, we've witnessed ether rupture taking place at the power plateau. Are you alright?
Firelight confirmed. Cover secured. Large Val B assembling plateau. Prepare for... I repeat.
Wolfguard? Wolfguard!
Darn.
Signal's out.
I guess we need to go.
Administrator, Supervisor Perlica.
Oh god. Poor Andre.
The power plateau. Something terrible's happened there. Blight reactions everywhere. All readings are going beyond the threshold.
I mean, I think we can see that. Right reactions?
When the ether side comes in contact with real space, it creates a rift and triggers a blight reaction. Neferith may have energized the previously stable ether rift at the power plateau. She has planned this deliberate act of sabotage.
What we're seeing right now is similar to an eruption of a dormant volcano.
Ooh.
Except this one spits the blight, and it's way more dangerous than lava.
Oh, we need to fix this somehow. Ow. Some UWSC personnel may still be at the power plateau.
Director Chin, we need an evacuation plan.
The hub area is safe for now, but with such violent ether activities going on, the spreading blight might soon reach this place. If the blight destroys more of our roads and transport routes, the results would be disastrous.
Well, at least we need it contained.
Hold on. I got a solution. Do you remember the TATA prototype we were working on? The
Yes.
prototype can stabilize ether energy fluctuations. If we can get it close enough to the rupture rift, we might contain its spread.
Okay, so
I
first
can
containment.
even adjust its large area arts unit. This will let the prototype get rid of localized blight. Oh yes! This is totally doable.
Really? That chunky bot can do that?
Has it been tested?
Director Chief, we've cleared the road to the Originium Science Park. The situation at that place isn't looking too good either.
Time is critical. Have your crew move the prototype there now. Administrator, Supervisor Perlica, we'll meet up with you at Vanikov's site.
Right. That's rough. to increase level operator level cap, minimum enemy level in various areas increased, available limit and daily regrowth of certain grades increased. Nice. Press to open. Operation. Okay, so even the rare increase and of course higher. That means that I'm guessing I can also advance my characters at higher levels. I'm not gonna do it now. Okay. Let's see. I think we've opened that way. Let's go to the TP point. Where can we get? Inside the building? Go.
Come on, everyone. The prototype is now ready.
Mr. Andre, do we have an exact feasibility of your plan?
We have theoretical feasibility.
Theoretical,
Technological
they're not
basis
practical.
for The TATA prototype was formulated at the ether test site. It was built using valuable data that cannot be acquired elsewhere. Ivan would spend all day arguing with people about the prototype. Unfortunately, we don't have a chance to field test the thing. But I hope that our theories are correct.
Guess no time like the present. Oh, how are things looking?
How are you doing? Is the crew affected by the ether rupture that just took place?
Everyone's fine. We followed the rules and evacuated for a bit. Thankfully, nothing too serious happened around here. But there's major blightery on the other end of this road. A few crewmates are already off to deliver the most essential supplies to the place. But there's just too much blight. We can't afford to risk our lives.
Being cautious is the right move. You need professional tools to handle
What's that glare?
work. We managed to make the prototype work on time. All thanks to the AIC and our hub-based engineers.
Shut up, fella. Absolute chonker. How do we use the prototype to eliminate the blight?
Once you're in a severely blighted area, activate the prototype's active interference function. This should expose the blight core. Then you'll have to manually inflict some physical interference to the exposed core.
You mean some chopping and slashing?
You just hit it?
I can
Just
do
go
that.
monkey?
This is
Okay.
way easier than a class on theoretical blightery.
Of course. But don't forget about the prototype's true function. Do whatever you can to escort it safely to the power plateau. We must use it to stop the expansion of the Ether Rift. Your mission will determine the survival of everything in Valley 4.
Don't worry. We'll keep the prototype safe. It is our chance to avert this crisis.
Go there, fella. Although I don't know exactly what.
Let's not dally, team.
It doesn't really,
Time to go.
really show function in this scenario. Like,
Try to let the prototype travel on level ground. This road should take you to the power plateau.
Calling it prototype just doesn't feel right.
I mean, Tata? It's TATA after all. That's their name. But I do like how seamless the transition between like areas.
So, what's its full name again? Tranquil Automatic
Tranquil.
Robocart? I remember it being TATA or something. I'll just call it Tata. What a cute and simple name.
Yeah, let's call it the
And I
father.
think it really likes the name.
That is official. Okay. Okay, so that's the front. So why the face is on the side? That's a bit weird. Oh?
Stop! The area up ahead is under a state of emergency. No one is allowed to enter. Head over to the sentry post and register your identities.
We are...
Let me see. 3 individuals and a strange machine. We have a Libri, a Vriva, and you're an Ago.
Good?
You got it wrong. Look closely. I'm not a Viva. I'm a Lung.
Does that mean you're from the Hongshang Academy of Sciences? Why are you here?
We are from Endfield Industries. Director Chin should have synced our information with the WST already.
Enfield Industries. Let me check our personnel information database.
Oh my fucking god, bureaucracy. Are you for real now?
You're not in the Enfield personnel database. Identify yourself.
I'm the administrator of Enfield Industries.
Endmin. I guess that explains it.
Really?
Identity verified. Supervisor Perlica and Operator Chen, we have to be extremely circumspect given the sudden nature of the attack. And Administrator, the Security Bureau knows what your presence means for our situation. The UWST Security Bureau has no records of your information, but this Enfield file has been approved by my superiors. I have faith in your identity. I
Okay.
believe you're here for that rift in the sky, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
obvious.
We're still investigating the Ether test site disaster and must reach the place quickly.
Pursuant to the provisions of the Accord, the UWST is obliged to lend you assistance in your operations. But my primary task is to search and rescue local survivors. Apologies, but I'm afraid I must stay at my post.
We'll handle this.
Keep
It's
going
fine.
down
Do your
this
thing.
road and you'll reach the Ether test site. However, you might encounter masses of blight on your path.
Thank you for sharing this information. How should we address you?
Fabian Collins.
Mr. Fabian, you look troubled. Has the science park suffered major damage?
Well, I don't think the show could get any better. We've already got the Angoloi, the Blight, and Breaker scum in the mix. Who knows? Perhaps another surprise is waiting round the corner.
Don't jinx it.
But the fact that you're here proves the road to the hub is open. That's my first good news of the day.
The hub base is relatively safe for now. You can evacuate to that place for shelter.
I can't leave my post just yet. We only managed to evacuate a fraction of our crew. The Security Bureau has a list of names of everyone in the science park. I've got to verify the status of their personnel one by one. Plenty of them are still in need of help and rescue.
All right then. I'll leave this place in your hands. We must be off.
Alright, let's go.
One more thing. There's a colleague of mine conducting SAR operations up ahead. Her name's Eliza. You might want to talk to her if you run into trouble. Good luck out there.
Thanks for the tip. I'll check on Tata, okay. How you doing, fella? Really cheery. Check Tata's system. Let's be task-oriented today. Oh.
Everything looks normal. I hope everything will work out for us.
How long it would take to clean up this mess and rebuild everything.
I mean, we have the...
Someone's here! Save us!
Quick, get over here!
Let's go.
Here's our chance! Crystallize! Take this! Take this!
Nice. Ooh, more ore.
Andre says we could still make it, but every time I look up, I feel that the swirling mess in the sky is telling us to hurry up and get it
Helium
done.
ore, so iron ore. That looks like a problem. Ooh, really gooey.
This path is blocked. We might have to find another way around. I mean, do we have another way around to start with?
Are we...
The Blight. Can't believe it has taken hold so quickly.
What's Tata doing in the background? Gotcha.
Don't get too close. They're extremely dangerous. The rift above the power plateau seems to be exerting rather horrendous effects. These scars upon the land can only be inflicted by violent ether activities. The area will be continuously exposed to ether energy. The survival of all living beings will be jeopardized.
So, how are we supposed to get through this place?
Can the prototype do something?
We almost forgot about you!
Let's hope Ivan's designs can work.
How can we, like...
Prepare to activate the prototype.
How do you do that? Tap? Click a thing and... Gonna go? Alright, little buddy. We believe in you.
Go for it, Tata. We're all counting on you.
Exactly supposed to do? Didn't press anything, just motioned pressing something.
Nothing happened. Maybe Big Owl told me the wrong button?
Mr. Andre is unlikely to make mistakes in technical issues like this. Perhaps the experimental frequencies failed to simulate unexpected scenarios like...
Maybe he's nervous? Oh.
Whoa! It worked! Prilica, take a look at this.
At what?
Success. That's the Blight core.
Let's smash it.
Tata's not looking good. I think it's heating up. Oh, it seems to be in pain.
This emergency operation might be a little too early for Tata. We must be very cautious in deploying its large area arts unit. Administrator, please destroy the exposed Blight core. That should clear the way for us.
Alright, let's do this. Active blight can be found, okay, can block roads. Impede exploration efforts, active blight masses must be eliminated to continue. Operators who touch blight, okay, just... explosives or just attacking it. Tata's ability is incomplete. Some active blight cannot be eliminated right now. Be cautious. Yeah, it's basically a way of saying like, yeah, certain progression is limited within the game. Don't do it.
What? The Blight's gone! Finally, some help has arrived!
Oh, good?
I thought I was done for. Thank you so much. And you are?
We're the Endfield Crisis Team.
Endfield? Oh, I guess you people got your sitch at the hub base under control. Are you alright? Need any help? Thank you, but I'm totally alright. In fact, I'm planning to take our wounded to the sentry post. By the way, I'm Eliza Collins, UWST Security Bureau. Pleased to meet you.
Collins? We just met someone from the Security Bureau called Fabian Collins.
Like a bro?
Fabian the Stinkface. That's my brother. He always calls me his colleague for some reason.
And that's definitely him.
I'm guessing you're taking this road to reach the Ether test site.
That's right. We actually wanted to keep going down the road, but...
But it seems you'll need to find another way.
There's no roads.
Let's get closer to the cliff edge and take a look.
Ah.
Look, Administrator. The destruction caused by the Blight is truly a terrifying sight.
Should we contact the hub base?
Director Chin, can you read me?
Loud and clear, Supervisor Prilica. Everything okay on your end?
The road has been swept away by a Blight flood. We need a new path to the power plateau. Do you have any details on the situation at the Originium Science Park?
Hold on, I'm accessing the information. If the road is out, then the quickest way to the power plant is no longer available. Your new path starts at this point. You'll move through the Transport Nexus, then the Originium Science Park, and finally arrive at the Research Center. But be cautious. We've received confirmed witness reports of land breakers in the area. Stay on high alert inside the Science Park. Once you reach the Research Center, head to the back and take the mountain trail. It leads straight to the logistics area at the Origin Load Spring. And just a heads up, Supervisor Prilica, there's a vital Etherside scientist still in the Research Center, but we've lost communication.
Hello, Cordon.
We'll try to get in touch with our scientist. Don't worry. Given Yvonne's skills, I'm sure things will be all right.
You're right. Everything is getting out of control after the Blight eruption. We really need the help of every expert on the Ether side.
Agreed. By the way, is Mr. Andre still at the control tower?
Yeah, I'm right here. What do you need, Supervisor Prilica?
We followed the method you told us and got rid of a Blight core. However, the prototype is now overheating abnormally. We might have overloaded its systems.
Overloaded? That shouldn't be happening. Wait, Perhaps the large area arts unit has not fully adapted to the Blight-specific parameters. Depth readings must have changed drastically after the rift appeared. The figures seem way beyond our theoretical simulations. Oh, you're gonna look for Yvonne, right? Yvonne might know what to do. But,
Okay.
could you maybe hold back on using the prototype? At least until it's been inspected and repaired. We don't want any permanent damage to happen.
Understood. We'll try to avoid that.
Okay, so we'll do this only in emergencies.
I heard that you're looking for a way through the Originium Science Park. I
Yes.
can lend this to you. It will help. This is an access card. I'm sure you know how to use it. Just watch out for the land breakers when you open the gate.
We will. Thank you.
Oh, one more thing. Some of our injured crew said Yvonne, that scientist in the research center, managed to hold off the breaker scum. Most wouldn't have made it out in time otherwise.
Got it. Please help evac the injured. We'll take care of the rest.
Will do. And pass my thanks to Yvonne. They can be a little strange. But in tough times like these, Yvonne really stepped up, became everyone's hero.
Right, let's continue then.
These buildings are incredibly tough.
The research center is the most conspicuous one in there.
Oh, hey there, boys.
Have fun being the best! What's this?
Target locked!
Take them out!
Push forward!
Fix your ass!
Nice job.
Got him.
We made another step forward, Enfielders.
We should backpack? What the fuck? Ooh, can I put something in my bag? Card. Oh. Fair enough.
Watch it. That one could rough you up real bad.
We'll probably have to fight our way through mobs of land breakers. Neferith definitely has some surprises for us.
Oh wait, isn't that a... Oh no, this is a scavenger. Oh no, it's a stash! Depot. Depot. That. Depot. Yeah.
Stay alert. This hostile poses significant threat. It won't budge. Its power is out. According to the design plans, this gate is powered by 3 electric generators nearby.
And one is out.
Since when did you get your hands on UWST blueprints?
This gate features a standard UWST architecture for frontier facilities. In fact, Endfield also constructed a few of these for them. Some of our own facilities are built with the same designs. We need amethyst parts to repair these generators, Endman. Let's make some.
I think I have some. These sites provide convenient access to the depot in the wilderness. Kind of. Oh, I have them on me. Nice. Oh.
Hey, look! Something's up ahead.
Okay, we'll help them. First, though, I'm gonna take a quick break as an ad is about to come up, and I'll return after the ad break is over. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, there we go. Let's continue. No, do not keyboard swap thing. Okay, so there's somebody needing help, so that real quick.
What's this? Face your Take this!
Adam.
Good work, everyone.
Verify and report personal status, team.
A well-deserved victory.
Damage robot. Okay, so puzzle time. Yes. That would do. Yeah, that would do. Yes. Yay. Ooh. Things to obtain. I required this one. Alright.
Watch it. That one could rough you up real bad.
Yeah, let him try. Getting up thing. Oh. Now it is.
Are we collecting this?
Ow! Damn it.
Understood. I'll keep an eye out.
You didn't have to fall after me. Oh, that one's gonna be a pain in the ass to guess. I want to get it. Looks very puzzly.
High-value object identified. Requesting
Nice.
approval for retrieval.
Thanks for the reminder.
Thanks for the reminder. Ooh, damn it. But maybe I could like jump on this. Oh, wait. I think I can cheese it. I cannot cheese it. I thought of it. Oh no, I can. Maybe it was intended? Okay, just that goes back.
Are we collecting this? Understood. I'll keep an eye out.
Oh, I think you could have done it with the box. Because it like circles around. That probably was the solution. Oh well. this. Let me repair you.
Looks like the LBs only messed with the generators.
They've directed their attacks on key targets, and they acted quickly.
Organized actions. And done. All of it's up and running.
All done.
Good.
We can finally get inside the science park.
Don't lower your guard. We might encounter more enemies and the blight inside the place.
Yeah. I hope Operator Yvonne is alright.
I think they're fine.
Enfielders. I guess this hasn't been the smoothest of your journeys.
Come on, Fabian. They just eliminated the blight and got us out safely.
Eliminated the blight? Well, I've heard about Enfield tech, but didn't expect them to... In any case, you have my most sincere gratitude.
And thank you for the access card.
Yeah, but we didn't run into many survivors along the way.
Only a few successfully evac to the sentry post. The sitch in the park is probably not too pretty. The crewmates told us that some escaped to the infrastation, while others were probably trapped in the underground areas.
Underground? But the breakers are down there too.
Well, we can only hope those modified devices do their job.
Staying here and praying won't do anything. Let's go.
You're heading back to the park?
As of now, half of our people are still unaccounted for.
If they live, we guide them out. If they fall, we carry them back. The United Syndicates leaves no one behind.
Why don't we move as a team? Yeah?
No, this is
Check
our
the numbers.
mission. You carry a far greater responsibility. We can't afford to hold you back. The fate of Valley 4 rests in your hands.
Then, we'll do
priorities,
our
I guess.
best to clear out the landbreakers in the park.
That will definitely help us a lot. We'll be right behind your team and search the areas you've passed through. Try to stay on guard. The road ahead isn't easy.
He'll do. But yeah.
Listen up. This is my turf. I've prepared some serious hell for all of you. Furnished with my latest and most powerful defense system. Generation 6 Order of Steel Oath Remake.
The fuck?
So, for all you dumb crazies messing up my place, incineration awaits!
What was that? These emotes look rather familiar. Don't they remind you of Tata?
Probably same AI or like OS architect. Me emote. Winking.
The creator does leave a rather obvious signature in these tiny details.
I wonder. Yeah.
This entire plate.
Hey, level up. Nice.
It's got really messed up. I don't think the map is gonna help anymore.
Let's just walk around this place. We'll find a way.
Yeah. Pretty sure the obstacle found. Okay. We were told not to mess up with around with the prototype for the time being.
Can't hide! This is an empty die!
What the?
Where you end up in carbonized CDQ or drown in iridium cement. Take a guess. The answer is double whammy of exposure!
Is that really Yvonne's voice? It doesn't match with what I had in mind.
Get crushed!
Get crushed.
Here's our chance!
Crystallize!
definitive outcome achieved through strong teamwork.
Things got a little intense, but we nailed it.
A well-deserved victory.
The Blight Flood clogged most of our paths. Look, that's the building we're trying to reach. But there's no way of us getting through that door.
Looks like we'll need Tata to run a few more scans. I think it's cooled down enough.
Come on.
Tata, are you alright?
Oh, me.
Seems a little hesitant. The previous scan overheated Tata, and it might not hold up if we use it over and over again. We need to improve our scanning efficiency to reduce the number of scans. Maybe we can find a better position and locate multiple Blight cores at once?
The Blight is messing up the radio comms. We lost Andre again.
There's a protocom signal tower in the park. We can use it to amplify our signals. What is it, Administrator?
I feel like when I touched the radio antenna at the hub bait.
So you're saying...
Perhaps we can connect Tata to the signal tower?
Enman, did you just remember something? Like you did when you were repairing stuff earlier?
The Endman has a far better understanding of Originium circuitry compared to anyone else. Let's have faith in the Endman's judgment. We can see the signal tower from here, but the surface roads are blocked. Let's try our luck going through the underground path.
Okay, we were told there might be survivors in the underground.
These drones, they won't blow us up, right?
Go party, Jim.
Take this! Fire of the Oath-Kicker!
Ow! You just fucking slap me. I don't care.
Good work, everyone.
Violence is never our objective. Let's press forward.
Order ID blank. Recipient Yvonne. Goods 1 liter tube of custom nails varnish powder. No UV required. Light-proof foundation. Transparent film free. Notes: got big horns. Huh. Okay. Fancy.
We can head down here.
Oh, see chest.
The area up ahead was used for Originium cultivation.
Look,
Oh.
it's a trap, just like the movies.
Get knocked back when hit by defensive lasers. Yeah.
UWST defenses tend to be something else. Yvonne.
Oh, survivors.
Whoa!
It's fine. We're not breakers.
Land breakers, right?
None of us look like land breakers, okay?
Oh no, but we got fancy clothing. That's a bit
We're the
that's a bit
Endfield
of
crisis
prejudice.
team. Why are you hiding here?
I mean, you think they're hiding here?
It's those land breakers. We were still running our tests in the park when the alarm sounded. And then we started hearing Yvonne's broadcasts telling us to assemble here immediately. Once everyone got here, those special mechanisms started firing lasers. I know they helped keep the land breakers out, but they also kept us in this place.
Well, that does sound like Yvonne.
So, how are things outside?
There are still plenty of land breakers on the ground floor. There is the Blight as well.
I guess the underground is safer for now. Yvonne was right.
Fabian and Eliza are also looking for you. They should be here soon enough.
They're here. The Security Bureau have never left us behind. If they're around, the others are likely safe too, right? This is great news.
I mean, 50% are accounted for.
You seem to believe in them.
As crewmates of the UWST, we treat the Security Bureau as the provider of security itself. Things always get better once the Bureau takes action. The Collinses have worked in the Valley for 2 generations. Old Man Collins even took part in the construction of the research center. Everyone here has faith in the young Collins siblings.
That's great.
Hard shoulders to sit upon.
The Collinses will take you all to safety. We'll have to keep moving to carry out our mission.
So, Yvonne's the one who left all these crazy traps around.
And from what I'm seeing, it proved to be rather effective.
So, what's Operator Yvonne like in real life?
Yvonne's someone with quite a personality.
I mean, nothing bad being eccentric.
I definitely
Parkour.
saw these lasers
Ow!
in a movie.
Didn't see that laser.
Wow! These lasers can move!
Okay. How about you just... Okay, I see how it is.
The elevator is over there!
Let's try connecting
And we're
Tata
back.
to this signal tower.
Tata was also around? Because I didn't really see him. Oh wait, that means there's a OE chest somewhere around here.
High threat hostile. Approach with caution.
You see the chest. Goodbye. Maybe it's after the light area. Okay, let's... Oh, apparently they... How did you pass the lasers? Like, the first set was not disabled.
Signal tower is undamaged. We can activate it straight away, but I don't know if Tata can pull it off in its current state.
We'll believe in him. Positive reinforcement. Come on, buddy. You can do it.
Incredible! You did it! You're the best!
I think that's... Ooh, oh. I think that was a lot.
This overheating will burn through the chassis. We should call Yvonne.
Hurricane, is it you? Are you accompanying my prototype? Why is it signal in the park? I tried contacting it, but keep getting error messages.
Are you Yvonne? Help us! Tata isn't looking good at all.
What on Talos is a Tata? Tell me about the prototype.
It's getting hotter, and the readings of various modules are getting increasingly unstable. Mr. Andre furnished it with a large area arts unit. We linked the prototype to a signal tower, and then attempted a single blight scan for the entire place.
You what?
How else you wanted?
I was the one who made that module, and the front end isn't even calibrated for stability. Scanning with it is a terrible, terrible idea. Send me the usage logs.
I mean, sorry, we're not told about this.
It must be that big old livery. Owned by Talos. He wrote an overly simplistic access command for the large aerial arts unit. It acquired way too much unverified data without authorization. No wonder we're getting this problem. finery. Okay, I'll fix this first and settle the scores later. That silly owl gotta write that maintenance manual now. He's got no more excuses. Come find me at my lab, quickly. And don't use that function again.
Got it.
Right.
Is there anything we should look out for along the way?
Watch out for the land breakers along the way. And wait,
Hey.
aren't you even worried about me?
I mean, as if you're
I'd be
doing
concerned
fine.
if you were somewhere else, but I thought the park is your territory.
Obviously. Don't be fooled by the breakers and their ridiculous posturing. They walked right into my trap. My welcoming party is en route. Keep your eyes peeled for a spectacle.
Imagine being trapped in such a dangerous building.
That's Yvonne for you.
What's this Mr. Yvonne like? I'm so confused.
You'll understand once you meet Yvonne face to face.
Okay. Has exposed all the bright cores. Hey, we can break ourselves free. Either way. Entire the protocol signal that only the Tara can decrypt the bright cores. Okay, Tara can decrypt the exposed bright cores. Nice. Blight veins and converge the blank hole.
Many will benefit from its removal.
Well, then maybe the veins would be like, oh yeah, you need to destroy multiple of those. But
Yvonne, I really wanted to ask this question from the start. Did you make those drone bombers?
Of course I did. I see you've already met my Tweety bombs.
Tweety bombs.
What's this?
How much don't stay in there? I think that's best. Oh my. That. Ew.
Careful!
How? Oh my god, how worried he looks.
Bodies! Are they affected by the death tag maze? Stay sharp. I believe they have lost their minds.
Face your ass!
Target locked. Fire!
What's this? Olha! Peguei!
Get fish!
Yvonne, we are inside the research center. There are a lot of extremely dangerous landbreakers in this building. Is your lab safe?
Don't worry. Those blighted fools can't reach my place because I got my gadgets. Fixing my prototype is the top priority now. You need to take it to the power plateau, yeah? Well then, you better hurry.
We are making our way to the second floor. We should follow your guide drone, right?
Well, follow the little guy. Pungent jerky. Ugh. They drop jerky? He's like, they're like people jerky, like some other kind of jerky.
Watch it. That one could rough you up real bad.
What one? What here? I'm guessing beyond the door. That it's blighted. Oh, hi!
What?
Here's our chance.
Crystallize! What's this? Time to shield!
You guys okay?
Just got ambushed by some stupid goons. We're on it.
Gotta stop gooning all over here. I see. No more goon.
Sterilize this area! Fire of the Oathkeeper!
What's this? Engage!
Boys, forward!
Okay, I think we cleared the goon.
We got movement!
Or not.
Edmund, watch out!
You're like all this gooning. I probably see a doctor or something. I'm not sure how healthy this is. Everything with measure, you know?
So enjoy your snack.
No second chance.
I don't even feel tired.
Verify and report personal status, team.
A well-deserved victory.
And use.
We reached the second floor. Which way should we go?
The
In
lab is to
drones?
our right, but the blight clogged the way.
So take the path with no blight, duh. I've sent new guide drones to your place. Just follow their lights.
I was about to say the same thing. It didn't have to be that condescending, but alright. Whatever.
This room connects to the maintenance corridor. Use it to reach my place.
Looks like we'll have to jump onto these.
See the drones? I usually have them move stuff around this room for me.
Aw. I love the fellas. They look cute. Taking this.
Just go down the corridor and you'll find my lab. There's a control panel at the doorway. Erlica's supervisor authority level should grant you access.
Great. Let's do these things.
Watch out! Enemy above!
Oh, fuck? Oh, hi!
Here's our chance!
Ready to strike. Crystallize.
Strike man!
What's this? Not bad. Break him out.
Got him.
That's the control panel. It's just like the one we saw at the gate of the park.
Let's take care of the enemies first.
By Talos! What happened to these LPs?
Gotta stop
Wolfguard is
this
right.
goon
They absorbed
outplaying.
residues of ether-containing materials.
Oh, I cannot collect while in combat. Okay, weirdo.
Target locked. Fire! Fire of the Oathkeeper! Boys, forward!
Face your Take him out.
Your end awaits.
Okay. Got a panel. Anti-thing there. But I guess we have to go through here first.
Light. That stuff will eat its way through your system. Your skin will rot away. And then you'll feel real sick. puke all over the place, and suffer some serious mud butt.
What butt?
Feel that? Ooh! Death readings are rising. You'll be that. Yeah, that. Oh, and by the way, one by one your fingers will start going.
Huh. Eccentric, I see.
Hello?
She's already sick of this. She's been through this one too many times.
Oh. Aha. You got in. That's quick. Supervisor Perlica! Oh, you're finally here. What took you so long? Oh, just you guys? Where's Andre?
I mean, do you really think that old boy could keep up with us? He'd probably die just halfway through.
He's still at the hub base. Mr. Andre told us that we need to use your machine to steal the rift in the sky. And we must get there quickly.
Andre? He still owes me for that bet. He promised to design the art's dissemination device. If he'd pulled that off, you'd have super bombtails as your armed escorts. But he's delayed that module for 6 friggin' months! Oh, by the way, who's behind the mask, Supervisor Perlica?
I am admin.
This is our administrator. We're working as a team to resolve the most pressing issue of Valley 4.
The administrator? Does that mean things are looking ultra bad right now?
I mean, have you not seen the giant rift in the sky? I knew it would be no one knew it would look as ultra bad as this.
From the stories I've heard about you, Endman, if something needs you to step in, it must be huge.
Miss Yvonne? I was really expecting someone completely different. What were you doing just now?
Ahem. I was striking fear into those LBs. Had to sound a little more intimidating. I also tried to keep the freakish breakers in the research center. If any of them got out, people outside would be in serious trouble.
But won't those landbreaker housemates make you uncomfortable?
Well, this turf isn't theirs. I know the park like the back of my hand. Honestly, this place might even be safer than my actual home. I can also control door locks and room access from here. They'll never get into this bunker. My only problem is the blight messes outside. They will be sticking around for a while. Now that my baby bot's here, I believe I have a solution.
You fixed the boy? Now that we're talking about the machine.
I've just remotely acquired data from the prototype. The core modules are still intact, but repair work will be extensive and challenging.
Can you fast forward?
The power plateau incident and the rift, and they're not too different from the scenarios that Andre and I cooked up. The prototype is indeed our only way to turn things around, but you really made a mess of it.
I'm sorry, we did our best. We didn't get a guide.
It's essentially a specialized automated arts unit. It is programmed with a special suite of Originium arts that it can cast. Its arts are designed to trigger an Originium energy pulse. The pulse would then cause small rifts in the material universe to structurally disintegrate and collapse completely. Now, do you have any idea how dangerous this process is?
If you use English next time, probably.
No. You use some really hard words.
I'll translate that for you. Improper use won't solve your rift problem. In fact, you might end up damaging or even destroying the prototype. Are you nuts or what? Seriously, who came up with this crazy idea?
I mean, it was Andre. I mean, the satellite was me, yes, but, you know, Andre was the one that wanted to use the prototype, so I think we can share the blame. I don't know. But fine, fine, fine. I'll take the blame. I did it.
If it's the administrator, then... Well, I'm glad that the prototype is alright and managed to help you out.
Boss privileges,
I'll get
yes.
it fixed. But don't do that again, please. Anyway, this lab is too cramped for carrying out the repairs. We gotta take the prototype to the repair platform at the back gate. And since you're here anyway, I'd appreciate it if you'd be nice enough to clean up my unwanted LB housemates. I was calibrating the power output of the replacement parts when you came in, and I'm almost done.
You seem like someone who works in organized ways. But your room looks completely different.
Honestly, this is the room of any probably scientist out there.
Completely different? I've carefully set up every corner of this room. It's like catching a moment of inspiration during science. It's all about intuition and instincts.
In greater words, don't mess with my mess.
You may rest here. Just don't poke around my stuff. We'll head down once you're ready.
Thanks. Is there anything I can help?
Well, you can actually hang around and stretch your legs. But since you said that, Endman, I got a stack of vinyls over there. Pick a nice song for me.
Alright.
Let's see if you can pick out my favorite song. If you hit the mark, you might even make my work productivity skyrocket.
Okay, I hope I can guess your tastes.
I'm betting on you, Endman.
This is gonna be like some sort of like minigame, just randomized chance. Would I be able to actually guess? Review. Yvonne's message. Hub base, hubba base, please respond. No one's picking up. Well, whatever, I'm not evacing. LB pipe faces? Pseh. I got a lab full of ideas to deal with them. I'm applying for access to all data access and inspection ports of the Origium Simon Spark. Forget it. None of you will be receiving my report. Anyways, silence is approval. I'll take that. Can't afford to miss out on these valuable samples and data. I won't forgive myself if I miss this opportunity. Oh, and by the by, if you got this message, since some muscle, the LB pie faces have been smoking something seriously dark. And they're a little annoying. And I'm definitely not scared of them. I just think that... oh, there's something we should really investigate scientifically. That's right. Hey, Gleamy. Maybe. Let's see.
Blueprints for the prototype. Brings back old memories. That particular iteration would be Professor Crow's work.
Okay, let me see.
Careful, that's more expensive than it looks. It's worth something like 200 collector's finals, I guess.
Dropping means that someone left on the table. Lists several 20 items, over which 15 seems like a fashion magazine. Hey, somebody has to have hobbies. Flight simulation curves looks a little off. Am I seeing this? Why did I take a photo yesterday? I hate myself. I ran another test, and this time I'll stay up all night and stare at it. Looks casually written by Yvonne. Okay. Okay, I guess I cannot. I thought I might have been able to like maybe get like a hint, but I suppose not.
Like my robotic servo arm, I used it to assemble the prototype.
A vinyl for Yvonne, retro style, brand new, unopened. If it's unopened, it's collectors.
Wow, your taste is exactly the same as Andre's. He's the one that left that vinyl here. Andre couldn't stop talking about you, especially when he started going off on his heroic achievements. He kept squawking about how the two of you planned out the AIC factory, blah blah blah, and it seems like he wasn't exaggerating. This music really does fit someone your age. Did you and Andre listen to this together?
Ouch.
But it's not the best music for work. Can we switch to something else?
Okay, I thought you were like the collector type that doesn't like to like break open things. Like that was kind of vaguely the vibe I was getting. Fine, I'll get the unopened one.
Ooh, that one was delivered last week. I didn't even have a chance to listen to it yet. It's pretty nice, but also a little boring. My Tweety bombs would probably switch to sleep mode immediately if they listened to this.
Okay, so the game literally rigged this for me. I would have had no winning option.
But then again, this might be Perlica's kind of music. What type of music does Perlica like again? Music that's just like her, quiet and serene. Her playlist is just a couple of the same old songs. People say that the Endmen...
The music is certainly something I prefer. It reminds me of the past.
See? I'm right. But this music is a little slow. Having this as the work BGM is gonna half my work performance. Let's switch to something else.
Okay, the game rigged it from the start.
Why don't you search the crate next to the table? Now that would be my special collection.
Why didn't you say that from the start? It's fucking... like something Ron might prefer.
This is it! Perfect! Oh, this is my absolute favorite. You know me so well, Endmin. How did you even guess?
It was on the top of the pile. You know, Techno-Science Cave made it super obvious.
I listened to this song while building the baby bot. It really brings back the good old memories.
Did you build Tata? I mean, baby bot here?
Not exactly. Baby bot is really big. Andre helped a lot in technical verification and validation, as well as final assembly. Nevertheless, I'm completely disappointed by the colors he chose for the coding.
Let me guess, you wanted pink.
He's just like those Woosters. Their outdated taste makes their work dull. I can't feel passion in it. Anyway, Tata sounds like a pretty name. I like it.
Unless you, well, at least you're fine with the name, right?
My progression is faster than expected. You helped a lot, Endmin.
You just pick the music.
Thanks for the music. And voila! Job done. Let's go!
Right, lead the way.
Just be careful. There are still landbreakers in the building.
Hey, can't deal with them. We get like a trial test run of her.
Yvonne, have you been using this room as a storage depot?
Oh, well, yeah. But Supervisor Perlica, I don't need to submit a late application form, do I?
In trouble.
Lighted out bees? They turn this place into a dump. Oh, I won't let them get away with this.
Face your ass! Ready to deploy! Direct this!
And fish.
Sterilize this area! Looks like we've cleared the building. It's time to commence repairs.
Hey, what's here? Wait, there's ammo ball? Can I? Oh, I can't. Oh no, I can actually jump over it. No, I couldn't initially.
Hope it's useful.
Nice. And open.
There's the control panel. Come on, let's go. baby bot! Oh, let me take a look at you. Not too serious. All within expectations.
You're just like whispering to the machine. That how you see the problem?
Such a marvelous design, made by me. Andre added plenty of stuff, but the core architecture is doing its job nicely. Overload? Minor hiccup. I got plenty of ways to boost its stability. So, my baby bot, ready to run a performance test of the new components?
You seem pretty close to Tata.
I mean, blame my mom for caring. Ooh. Nice. Crash with a K, okay, Mortal Kombat.
Keep them off Tata and Ivan.
Destroy every one of them.
That's a strong trick. Okay, wait. Oh!
They're after the prototype. I know. We gotta keep Tata safe. Hey, keep this pink-haired genius safe as well.
Hey, got 5. Oh, I'm guessing you're walking out harder, that's why.
No second
We need to
chance.
defend you.
Sorry, I can't pause the ongoing diagnostic and repair process, so I can't help you out either. But I called in my mini bomb tail.
Not bad.
I shall be the avatar of radiance!
Ah, come on, you ruined my ult. Please tell me I get it back. Guess I don't.
More enemies? I got a big bad boy ready for you.
Guess you have to do it yourself. Okay, that's a big ballista.
Sterilize this area.
Basic start today. Nice.
Exemplary combat.
I mean, I got the support like 3-star, the crazy one. I'm not sure like if there's like any other one that you get. I know you also get like her weapon from the other like daily login, but I haven't logged in a while, so I don't have it yet. Thankfully, that daily login event is permanent. So I don't have to worry about losing it. Wait. Okay, it wasn't on. They're ready.
No second chance.
I don't have XP yet. Oh, they're giving a free your own box today? Neat. I'm guessing from the standard ones. That's cool.
Ta-da! All good.
I haven't kept up. It's been a few. I haven't really played for a few days because Warframe has kept me off from this game.
Tata okay now? for yourself. Come on, baby bot. Say hello, world. Look at Tata buzzing with energy. It's totally recovered. All right, guys. I guess it's time for you to hit the road. Now go for it. Seal that ether rift before it gets any bigger.
This place isn't exactly safe right now. Are you sure you won't be coming with us?
I got plenty of work on my hands. All this data is highly valuable and requires immediate analysis. The first large-scale scan of my baby bot. Its effectiveness must be promptly documented. Plus, there are hardly any landbreakers left. The research center is actually a lot safer now. So, play it safe, okay? Don't break my baby bot again.
I'll try.
But you'll be here alone. Relax, I got it all covered. The lab calls. See you around.
Yeah. Okay, opening AC Factory basic expansion core. Okay. I sent a message. I mean, it's a message that requires your attention by performing upgrades to dejunk and allocating excess resources from the repair process. Allow me to explain this transgression. If we can help upgrade the control nexus, we will achieve our significant progress in our work. Got it. Sounds pretty incredible to me. In any case, please return to the degen at an appropriate time, so we should wait for you at the control center.
Administrator, Supervisor Perlica, Fabian Collins here. Do you copy?
Loud and clear. Radio seems to be completely back online for the science park.
Great. How are you doing in your mission?
Could have been worse.
She is currently safe. We are now heading towards the Origin load spring. How about you? What happened to the crewmates in the underground area?
They should have arrived at the hub base already. And thank you for taking out most of the landbreakers. Things wouldn't have gone this smoothly otherwise.
We have established a Valley 4 emergency committee. The infestation is now a formal refuge point in the valley. Refugees and disaster victims from other areas are moving there as we speak. The refugees heading from the park have contacted us. We're heading over to verify the name list.
Wonderful.
Good.
That means everyone from the park is accounted for and safe, right?
Not yet. It's a mess there right now. Not just the park either. We have a growing list of missing people from various areas.
We'll just keep looking for them.
Yeah.
If you have the time, you might want to check things out at the infestation. That place really needs some help.
We have an understanding of the situation. Valley 4 has been grievously hit. Disaster relief and evacuating the victims shall be our primary concerns. Endfield Industries will fully commit to the construction of various refuge points.
Thank you so much. I'll notify Nothman right away. He's the provisional monitor at the infestation.
Alright, we'll do that.
WST seems to be recovering from the disaster. Search and rescue operations are now being carried out.
Ah! I'm about to interrupt the dialogue.
Endman, we should visit the infestation if we have time. Perhaps we can offer them our assistance.
Regional development, nice. Take the quest. Okay, we can still continue. For a second, it gave me like this weird vague idea that progress it's stalled. But an ad break is about to come up in a few seconds. So first, I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'll return in a bit. So yeah, see you in a few minutes. Okay, there it goes. What's here? No, do not do that. Mention something about like having to complete like the full Act 1 to get it, like the first chapter. That's like the thing that I need to complete. Wait, isn't it? Well, isn't it this? Isn't it this the thing that gives you access the codes or something, or to like the freebie. Because yeah, I'm in the process of doing it. But anyhow, now as engine, okay, fair enough. Oh no, it's not this. Okay. Okay, they'll give her a box. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, just unlocked a new quest. The looks of it, but yeah, I need to be done with the quest criteria first. I've done my weeklies. But yeah. Things and stuff. I mean, I'm guessing... I mean, as engine, I mean, honestly, it's hard to say. I know that, especially because, you know, all of this stuff is also on mobile. I'm guessing Unity. That's usually the go-to for a lot of these. If we're talking about, like, I don't know, popular engines. Unless of something like, you know, in-house made.
High-value object identified. Requesting approval for retrieval.
Thanks for the reminder.
Wait, don't... Trying to be cheeky.
Oraline is a fragment of a shattered
Okay, yeah,
universe.
it is. Unity is usually the go-to, especially for like mobile things. But Unreal is very finicky with it. No, because I need like that. Oh, sometimes the 5 things are a bit. Move this one. There? Ah, that doesn't work. Okay, please. Not sure if this. Nope. I return the component. Go. Now let's. Seems to be the go-to. Ah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, from my experience, Unreal is finicky with mobile things. You can do it, it's just not the best option. Here's our boy for the oh yeah, we'll do the main story as we go slowly.
This is the mountain path that Director Chin mentioned.
Look, there's the power plateau. Oh, that rift is terrifying.
Alright.
Supervisor Perlica, what's the
Hey,
situation
little
at
fella.
your place?
We've met Yvonne. She's safe. Tata, I mean, the prototype, has been upgraded. We're taking it along the mountain path to reach the Origin Lode Spring.
The Origin Lode Spring is severely affected by the Blight eruption. The hub has yet to establish contact with that area. Please be careful out there.
How does the bot can go for all these places? Because, well, he can like vaguely levitate, so I suppose he can do a bit of parkour. Watch bug. Oh, that's new. That's a no-go. Oi! Damn it.
Oh, thank goodness you're okay.
Ow. Ooh. Okay, I didn't like that. First one, I jumped the same distance, but whatever.
Engaging. Stay safe.
I'll give you cover.
Face your end. What's this? Engage!
Target locked. Fire!
Get it.
Incoming. Unknown hazard.
The scaling is starting to not be like in my favor, and I kind of need to like gear up the characters because I'm really like slogging through all these.
What? Get crushed!
Incoming. Unknown hazard. Terminate.
In position.
Like kind of weird thing to like. Oh yeah, here get the world advancement as part of the start of the third chapter, not as part of the end of it, so you can at least get a bit of time to
A definitive outcome
actually advance your characters. No, like as you sign up to do the next story, that's when you unlock the advancement, which is a bit counterintuitive because at that point you're signing yourself up to, you know, you continue the story and not do like side stuff. And the story was like, yeah, now you can get better, so do side stuff so you can do things better in the story. Like that should have been activated as part of the as part of the first act or chapter, or like as part of the previous part. And that's the start of this one.
Bring it on. You're fighting me.
All the
Ready to support. Crystallize.
Your end awaits.
Oh, enjoy your stay.
Yeah, it is a bit rough.
Good gag makes it easy.
Because believe me, I don't have like a lot of things missing from what the initial stage allowed me to as advancements. I'm pretty sure like at least almost 3 out of the 4 characters I have deployed have like all the maxed out like things that I can have as part of the first like world progression.
You did well. Much appreciated.
Oh yeah. It's rough. Although to be fair, considering how long this is taking us, I might just finish up this side of the chapter, like process 3, and probably be done with it. It's taking us a bit long, so I'm gonna have some time to like advance the characters afterwards. But I'm not taken away from the game by other things.
It's quite close to the Ether test site, but this also means it might be severely affected by the blight.
I keep seeing breaker vandalism and signs along the way.
Endman, a tough battle may lie ahead. We'd best be ready.
Yeah, Tata just got a little better. We could really use a break.
Alright, fuck. That dialogue option came a bit late. Complete operational manual missions and earn. Oh, reach authority level 25. I see.
Yes, we've arrived. The situation is quite complicated. I'll give you the details later. Endman? Director Chin and I were going over the situation in the areas near the hub base. Neither the Landbreakers nor Angloy made any further moves as of yet. We can fully focus our efforts on this mission.
Okay, I see how it is. Now, oh, to be fair, I'm level like 24. Like, is this literally part of the process? Oh, it is. Good. But oh well, let's do some of the side things. It's like we were like told to go back. Oh, not this. There. I think it was the other one. PG camp. Some communication from the Collins. Ready for an upgrade. It's just oh, raise yeah, I cannot do that yet. And this one is a lot closer. Okay, I think we can do like at least another quest for today. Because if I also need to like do some other things to level up, I don't think I'm gonna have time to progress. If I would have kept up the past few days with you know, at the very least with doing my daily things, I probably would have been 25 and gotten through the story. But oh well, it is what it is.
Bring it on! You're fighting me.
Do it your way.
Wait.
Incoming! Unknown path!
Take this!
Here's our chance!
Show's over.
Here's our chance!
I shall be the avatar of rage!
Take this! What's this?
Sterilize this area!
Take this! Take him out!
Outstanding technique. Impressive.
Here's
Nice
our
job.
chance! Strike man!
And got him. Touch. And I saw another one. Here. Ah, I cannot touch it while this is in effect. How do I hit that? Is there like a... I need like an explosive. It is not...
High value object identified. Requesting approval for retrieval.
Anyone nearby. Well, I suppose we're gonna go around.
Hey,
Engaging. Stay safe, team.
do it your way. I'll keep you
Here's our chance!
trusted.
In position.
What?
Exemplary combat maneuver.
We made another step forward, Enfielders.
Violence is never our objective. Let's press forward.
And boom. Okay, at least some of the path is opened up. Oh, component missing. Okay, I cannot do it.
High threat hostile. Approach with caution.
Hey, hi there. You said you need help. I'm safe now. Oh, it was you, the one we helped before. Are you alright? You're the administrator? Thanks for saving me. Please, just call me Bonnie. I was evacuating when I spotted these landbreakers attacking our Enfield Express Depot node. I couldn't just stand by and let that happen. No, I'm just a regular operator. A good thing you were here. The depot node? They're a supply warehouse set up by Enfield Express across various regions, serving as relay stations for DeltaBot emergency logistic network. But even though it wasn't damaged, the depot node activated its safety protocols and relocked itself. I don't have the authority to override the lockdown. With your authority, you should definitely be able to reactivate it. Well, leave it to me. By the way, I've heard that according to the earlier iteration plan for the transport network, the depot node can now be integrated into the AIC. I'll be waiting for the good news. So, lock. Insufficient bills. Bruh, what? Ah.
Only by walking upon the
Hold
land
up.
can we truly appreciate every breath and pulse.
Regional development. Here these. Thank you. Outpost management. Wait. Need like 45. Ah, come on. There we go. Unlock. Good thing I have bank. Okay. Regional development. Oh, depot node. The depot node on the original science is now unlocked. Local depot capacity has been increased. Nice. Ben is talking about to upgrade the depot node. Leveling up also unlocks more game nodes, okay. Not yet connected to the delivery network. It. You've already unlocked the depot node? I'd expected of the administrator. The system shows this node is fully integrated into the EAC. Must have noticed the local depot capacity has been upgraded as well. Now we can dispatch Delta bots to deliver emergency supplies from this node to those in need. If I remember correctly, the command should be... Huh? Why is this happening? What happened? Dispatch failed? It's likely because many Delta bots have gone offline due to the Ether's disaster. In that case, we'll have to initiate manual transport, but most emergency supply routes are highly dangerous. According to regulation, regular operators like me who haven't received specialized training from the specialist tech division aren't authorized to handle deliveries. I can take it from here. That's right, you can definitely do it. You're the administrator. Please prioritize evaluating the operations level of the depot node. Doing so will grant you advanced authority for packing goods, distribution bids, and logistic coordination. Enfield Express Your success, we profess. Upgrade? Oh, that's a lot of bills. I don't have that kind of stock. Outpost management. I think I have enough to trade up, and I don't think I'm gonna trade up anytime soon. Office redistribution, I think looks good. Okay, let's see. A new boss thing up. This one is somewhere in. Oh no, it's around the mountain path. Can actually go. Right? Yeah, we can go. Ooh, speed! I'm fast as fuck, boy.
What's happening? Why is everyone gathered here?
They seem like refugees from various areas. Perhaps they haven't been assigned to their refuge points? That's why everyone is waiting here.
Hello?
Why is everyone in this queue looking so serious and sad?
People came here to escape the disaster. It's no surprise they're still shaking up. Oh, excuse me.
Look at
And if
this
you move a
absolute
little,
unit.
I need some room.
Sir, you're pretty big yourself, and you're carrying a huge walk on your back. You're taking up 2.5 spaces already.
Okay, legally distinct pan.
The walk puts food on my table. You all know how important it is, so enough. Speaking of which, this is a refuge point, right? Why don't they have a proper stove?
Well, we haven't completed SAR operations in this area. All we have are instant meals and canned food.
I know search and rescue operations are important, but that's no excuse to give people terrible food. A delicious and satisfying meal will get your SAR crewmates moving faster, right?
Sir? You're from Hongshan, aren't you? May I ask your name?
A fellow compatriot? Here, just come in the pan.
The pan. God, it is legally distinct pan. What the fuck? An old man is in charge of this place. Where is he?
Northman. He just returned with his SAR team. They gave the young lad some really difficult responsibilities. He's got plenty of work ahead of him.
I hope everything's well with the SAR operations.
I wasn't part of the team, so I won't know the details. They found plenty of people, some of them wounded. You got business with Northman?
According to our plans, Endfield will provide assistance in constructing the refuge point.
Oh, Enfield's joined the party? Wonderful! Northman's just head over there.
Right? How's things going, Northman?
We couldn't get everyone evac'd in the SAR operation. We lost contact with 3 of our crewmates. I didn't want to risk delaying the whole crew, so I chose not to double back and look for them. Most of the injured have been relocated to a safe zone. I think there's still a chance, so I've decided to head back and look for them. I'll do this alone.
calm down. We're no longer getting their positioning signals. Searching for them is just like looking for needles in a haystack. And you're the site monitor. There are plenty of things here that need your attention. We don't have enough beds in the refuge point, and the breakers might attack us anytime.
You're right. But
maybe we can help. Where were they last seen?
who are you again?
Wait a minute.
The Enfield crisis team.
Are you?
I'm Supervisor Perlica, and this is our administrator.
Administrator? Vitalos, you're really here!
And I'm Operator Chen Chenyi. We've received a call from the UWST Security Bureau. That's why we're here. See if there's anything we can help with.
I'm Nothman, and I'm the temporary site monitor of the infestation. You came at just the right time.
We heard something about missing personnel. If you need help, we can assist with the search.
Of course. You have my trust, Enfielders. Please, I'm counting on you. The last signals from our missing personnel were sent from the cliffs next to the science park. Be careful, though. The place is filled with the blight.
Don't worry. Leave it to us.
Alright, we'll look for them. Okay, I think it's nearby. Yeah. We'll just use the speed. Although they're like weirdly positioned.
This is the place that Nothman mentioned. There's blight everywhere. Endman, try scanning this place. We might be able to find some clues.
There. Also, hold it. Oh no, I thought I looked at something different. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I'm gonna fight. Oh. You're leaving me alone.
This empty medkit seems to have been dropped pretty recently, and in a rush.
Try scanning again. Let's see if we can find anything along this direction.
Blink. Temporary energy. Be too high level for me.
Broken boat? Maybe someone tried getting down from here.
We should check it out.
No, these are the things I need. Log with messy scribbles. Catastrophe struck without warning. The blight ravaged the camp. Landbreakers emerged from the waste like blades from smoke. Since when did they grow bold enough to strike directly at the UWST? Olga isn't getting any better. I must save energy to keep her supporter device going till we reach the shelter. Pavel offered to help look after her, but I can tell he's barely holding on. He's too old to withstand this kind of torture. We've met with the rescue team. The one leading the team is a young man. You can tell he doesn't have much experience, but he's nice. Olga's conditions has finally stabilized, and we've also received a batch of supplies. Things seem to be starting to take a turn for the better. In the morning, Northman asked me if we should slow down, but I refused. The blight is still spreading continuously. We can't rest now. Olga and Pavel support my decision. The three of us are walking at the end of the team, looking out for each other. As long as we don't fall behind, everything will be fine. Well, I guess somebody fell behind. Archives. Any piece of information Talos 2 may be connected with each other. Various key of the incidents can be gathered and uploaded. Oh, it's like it's literally like the Do at Night Abyss kind of like investigator system, I'm guessing. Based on the clues left to the scene relevant log records, it appears the Free encountered a dangerous situation with at least one sustaining serious injuries. All positioning signals have been lost while survival remains possible. The absence of further evidence currently hinders organized search efforts. Need more
Things
clues.
aren't looking good. Falling behind in a situation like this makes survival a real struggle.
What? The clues ended here? How?
Let's head back first and talk to Noffman.
Okay. I don't want to do the back and forth. And after, not great news. Edmund, you're back. Sorry, the trade suddenly went cold. I understand. You've already done your best. It's all my fault. If I'd slowed down a little, they might have... Only I had arranged it better. Should have placed the best veterans at the rear. Well, making decisions for SARS operations can be tough, especially when the situation keeps changing. Hardly anyone can make the perfect call. Don't blame yourself. Remember the time when we met? You reacted quickly and pulled me to safety. You saved my fat Ursa's butt from becoming a pot of blight stew. I'm super thankful that I've got some roof over my head, but this place has no advantage. Local landbreakers aren't very friendly as well. Things might get difficult without proper watchtowers. What do you think, Noffman? Yeah, you're probably right, Mr. Depan. I'll get a crew started on raising a watchtower at once. The AIC factory might be useful. We can use it to accelerate the constructions of the infrastation. Oh, that would be great. Is there anything I can help you with? We need some open space for deploying the sub-protocol automation core. Let me think. I believe we have a place for that. Follow me. I thought it's gonna be the open space outside, but... What do you think? This plot of land, Supervisor Perlica? It's flat and offers decent vantage, as well as signal connection. This is what we're looking for. Once the AIC starts working, it'll be churning out shelters for all refugees in this place. We shouldn't waste any time. Let's get things rolling. Okay. Deploy the sub pack. Noise.
Look! The sub-pack has been deployed.
Now that the sub-PAC is here, we can finally guarantee supplies for constructing this refuge point.
It'll be a bit tough, but... Okay, outpost added. Hey. I got for a level up. Do not put message. Messages. Man, Minister, do you have time? I do. How's work? We're fine, but Vera's in trouble. Sorry, let me explain the detail. Vera mainly handles the eco farm near the infestation. I just got this report from her. The eco farm was ransacked by landbreakers. I've already sent more personnel to prevent this from happening again, but I'm tied up overseeing construction. I can't get on site. I'll head over right now. Thank you so much, Administrator. Let me look at quests. Okay, these... Outpost Prosperity at the moment I cannot do this. Let's do... We should do the farming tools or... Sure, I suppose we'll do this one. My tar pepper plants, they're all gone. Are you Vera? Yeah, and you are? The Endman of Man asked me to talk to you. Ah, I remember, you're the administrator of Enfield Industries. Well, my situation is pretty obvious. It's my fault, really. I should have taken the seeds with me. Seeds? I didn't expect the LBs to raid a backwater place like this. They took all the crops and the seeds. They also they're also key crops for ongoing plant improvement research. You mentioned tart peppers. I can gather some more. Yeah, we can gather some to meet our most urgent needs. But tart pepper plants aren't easy to find in the wilderness. I know a few bushes grow on the cliffs. On the other side, getting there won't be easy though. Yeah, we'll handle it. Leave that to me. Counting on you, Edmund. Wait, I already have them?
Hi.
You're back. Got any tar peppers? Oh, I did. Didn't even know. Thank you. I'll deliver this batch first for our most urgent needs. But we can't keep exploring and foraging for tart peppers forever. We must get some seeds and start growing a few new crops of tart pepper plants. Our AIC factory has seed picking units to just do that. Really appreciate this, Enmin. You're a lifesaver. While I was in the evacuation center, I met a self-proclaimed botanist named Wellmorin. He was rather eccentric and didn't look like a local to me, but he also mentioned that he was creating a seed bank. The man might have some rare plant seeds to sell. Botanist? Where is he? He should be near the infra station. I think he's out here collecting plant samples. In any case, meet me at the eco farm entrance once you've found the seeds. I said the spot on the cliff. You need a way up. You need to find a way up, and that's fine. Well, Morin? Dude, go away. I'm busy. Got no time to talk. Are you well, Morin? Oh, you know of me. Have I taken anything from you? Do you have any seeds to sell? These two shells, sure, but no haggling. Seeds gathering is no easy work, you know. Here, take a look at my collection. All right. Got the seeds, Vera. Great, you got the seeds. Our first step is to use crafting and make growing plots with them. Wanna give it a shot? Sure. You'll need some carbon in addition to the seeds. I got some right here. Take them. Okay, backpack. Crafting. Okay. Tar pepper pot. Okay. Okay. Old Man John's burger. Ooh, but give me 4 gear. Okay. We now have tar pepper plot. Perform the next step at the eco farm. Go. Try on. Go on, try it. one of those where I need to... Feature, backpack. Place. Do it here. Well. Nicely done. You really get the hang of it. Raising crop requires some tender, loving care, but the harvester, when harvest time comes, you'll realize that everything is really worth its while. Planting uni can't plant tar peppers. I mean those things Enfield has been testing? I've seen them a few times. They're impressive, but plants aren't so easily tamed. I reckon some crops can only thrive in natural environments for now. You can always return to the eco farm to grow any crop you like. I'll just make sure you get the seeds. Well, mods, sorry. That's true. The most cost-effective way is to save some of the gather plants and use your AIC seed picking units to make your own seeds. Got it. I'll visit when I got something to grow. That's level 3 already. Damn. Oh, because we got to level 25. Nice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Once fully prepared to Perlica. I have a suspicion that I might need to like prepare myself on like a harder level. Like I might need to get some equipment, not just not just advance the level up. So I think
what do people
it might be wise for me not to jump at all this yet, because otherwise I might be in trouble. That's kind of like my suspicion. No. Advancements, I'll take that. At least that's kind of like what I'm suspecting, so I think it'll be best to just avoid it for the time being. And like not avoid it. I think I might need to like level up some things myself before I do anything else of that sort. Okay, but I do want to do my daily today, just so I can some fast some finish now. I'm not gonna do this here. Done with my login. There's something here that I can do. Get credits. That doesn't need. I already got her, so that's fine. I have none of this. What do I need? My dailies, because I just need another 20 activity points. Level up one operator one time. I think I can do that.
Orignium will carve a path for us.
Well, let's see.
I'll never forget the sight of them.
Nice. I promote. Touch up planes. Probably not just yet.
My crusade is far from over.
Ah, that did it. Nice. But yeah, because I'm suspecting I'm gonna need to do a bit more advancements and all that. I don't think I'm gonna do this now. The thing that I'm probably going to do, it's probably I'm gonna stop it here because I don't think I want to jump at any other missions right now. I'm gonna do some side things by next week until we jump at this again to advance our characters and get back to the quest then. I think that's probably the best plan for the time being. So let me just I think I'm just probably gonna pause it here. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna jump at anything else today and just stop it here for now. Yeah, it was a generally a bit of a shorter stream by like an hour-ish or so. Although to be fair, I think I ended around like my usual time anyways, for like a midweek or like a in the current, you know, like workday stream, let's call it. So yeah, that's fine. I'll figure out and we'll jump at this later on and deal with all that. Yeah, mostly because, you know, I just don't it's not gonna be interesting right now to do like all the advancement and all that, and I think just having a slightly shorter stream just for me to kind of like also like rest up a bit is probably for the better. And to not like push myself. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep it at it any longer. But before I go, as per usual, let's see if anybody is doing things today. Let's see if somebody, I don't know, maybe at least doing something adjacent, if not to all these shenanigans. Let's see. So somebody doing something interesting, but not doesn't interest. Yeah. Whom to say hi to? I'm going to also find like somebody who I have not raided in a bit. Okay, I think I know to whom to say hi to. It's as I guess it's adjacent to what we've done. Kind of, sort of. It's there. It's within the span of our things. So let's do all of that. Raid channel. Boom. And start raid. We're saying hi to Velocity, to Val, fellow Vamp Monster VTuber. She's currently playing some Minecraft, which I think it's, you know, vaguely adjacent to what we are usually doing, or at the very least vaguely adjacent to this, because, you know, you're collecting resources, building things, although not necessarily to the same sandboxy level, but, you know, close enough, I suppose. Close enough. But yeah, been a lot of fun. I guess, yeah, the progression is going to be a bit more slower, and we're still going to keep at it with Enfield in the coming weeks. So that's probably going to be the plan. So next week, no Warframe, and we're going to do Enfield instead, so we can also progress through Heavensward, as we're going to start the expansion on Final Fantasy XIV the next time. So, you know, at the least we have a bit of progression on both ends while all of that is happening. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, that's probably the go-to, but, you know, I'm going to push the best to kind of get all of that done. I think my plan is to do like most of the questing and all of that in game, and anything else like factory setups and, you know, general character advancements to do it off stream, which is why I just don't want to jump at it right now, because I'm suspecting the main story it's gonna require a bit of character advancement. But anyways, I'm gonna see you all Friday for some TTRPG discussions. So thank you all so much for being here. You've been amazing. Don't you forget that. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.